Hello and welcome back to SNHU Esports live from the Connection IT Arena. My name is Shane. I'm joined here with Madav tonight for some Valorant.
Yes, sir. We're here up against the IU Hoosiers when we're up with our Snow Blue, obviously, and I'm excited for the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting to see some blue gameplay is definitely going to be fun. We're going to go ahead and hop into Agent Select for our very first... Oop, hold on. Yeah, here it is. For our very first map of the night, which is Sunset, which is a map that we have not seen on stream before. So this is going to be very exciting, a first here for us. But before we get into this, just a quick note. Our B stream will be going live at 8 p.m. with League of Legends. Snow Blues taking on Farmingdale State at 8 p.m. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Sunset here.
Yeah, I mean, Sunset, like you said, it's a map we haven't seen before, but with Sunset, it is a two-site attack map, and from what we've seen is that one, I believe B site is more. It seems to be more attacker sided than A site than what we've seen.
Yeah. So it is kind of refreshing to go to another 2-point map. You know, it's been what's coming out recently, but a lot of what we've seen on stream recently has been Haven and Lotus, a lot of 3-point maps, and a lot of games that, you know, for it's 2-0s, Haven, Lotus, that kind of thing. So getting to not only a map we've never seen before, but a 2-point map on top of that, I'm super excited to see, because I think the 2-point maps really, just like only having 2 sites on the map, it requires you to know a lot more of the limited space that you have, whereas Haven and Lotus tend to be a little bit larger. The smaller maps require a lot more kind of familiarity, and it's almost sort of more important to control these very tight spaces.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the lineups that we might be able to see here, or like lineups with like agent wise, because it is like you said, it's like a fairly medium sized map, right? It's not a 3-site map, so it's not huge, but you can also I want to say you can place controllers like Viper on it, but at the same time, maybe you can't, because it's also I'm not too sure, because it's smaller, but like you can easily play like Omen, Astra, Brimstone, even, I want to say, just because there's so many choke points that you can just block off all at once. And like if you're like an example, if you're attacking onto A, I believe, if you just block off Marketplace and they're spawned with 2 Omen smokes or 2 Brim smokes, like that's almost like a free sight right then and there.
Yeah. All right, we're actually ready to get into game now. Just had a quick technical issue, but yeah, one thing to note about this map is just looking at it, there is a lot of sort of tight corridors, like you mentioned. So those characters that do have smokes are going to be able to really close off, I mean, just insane choke points and sort of set up these big areas. But in some sites like A site, I believe, is a site where it seems like you really need smokes to kind of break into it, right? It's very much kind of like Inferno and CS, where you have to break in and there's immediately angles on your left and right. You kind of have to pick a side. It's actually B site there, or
A site.
It is A site, yeah. So it's when you break in there, you immediately have to worry about what's on your right. You immediately have to worry about what's on your left. You have to sort of cut that up and figure that out. So getting to see these teams here, this is going to be one of the first times that we see Harbor as well. Not a character that's super popular here.
It should be. It should be. Harbor is a great agent. I love him myself. I love playing him. But he is. I will say he is not seen very much in higher elos here. His walls they're great. They stay up super long, but all of his abilities are temporary. So you have to be really skilled to use them and know when to use, you know, all of his shields, his even his wall too.
Yeah. So much. It's definitely a little bit more difficult than playing like Viper, right? Where you put down your wall and you can just keep popping it up and down the entire time. But we'll see. Opta trying to push forward here. He's going to get walled off here. And now Nami is in sort of an interesting spot, because they could be on either side of this wall, and the Hoosiers are not going to know until they actually peek. So that's kind of just taking a little bit of visibility there kind of leads to a little bit of uncertainty, and that's going to cause them to back up, and Joey going to be able to pick up Ty Zera. Now the team starts to clash in this tiny room. Hilton finds a double drop, fires right back with a double of his own. Nami going to strike him down. Just 2 versus 2 left. Going to upgrade for some of these better guns, pick up these ghosts that have fallen down, and despite getting planted, not a Vagrant has anything to say about it. Just 1 left. Opted last alive and can't quite find the shots he needs to take down Nami. That's SNHU coming right out of the gates with a pistol round.
Yeah, this was a super interesting round there, or at least I think it was pretty interesting. Seeing the Hoosiers kind of push up through mid there and then into market, knowing that there were people there, was a little bit of a weird play because there was 3 of them in market. Granted, they may have not have known that, but even so, that room is so small, and there's that only box to really go around. It reminds me of like A site on Split, and it just a little, it just feels so tight. Like I didn't expect them to push through it.
Once you get, 2 whole teams in there, it can get a little bit disorienting, right? Which is what you're going to kind of see on these pistol rounds. But yeah, over here, this sort of B lobby, B alley, I think is what it's called, is definitely a big choke point here. We'll see the Hoosiers immediately start to push up through A, taking a very aggressive position here. Not going to really let SNHU play too forward here. So they're just going to sit back, ready to rotate back into their spawn. Frankie is going to get picked off there. 1 down for SNHU. We'll see Hilton making contact here. And mid seems so important on this map.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like both teams are playing really slow here. We are gonna see Agron start to push up a little bit, and Joy though just holding that angle, gonna get that pick off as well as they start to make their execute onto A, or maybe even not. It looks like they might be. I think they might be a little bit confused on where they want to go.
See that wall coming up, just trying to block off Tyzera, force him back, and they're actually going to approach, play very aggressive, trying to take that space while Druff goes ahead and gets the spike down. Hoosiers are pretty entrenched here on site. SNHU not taking a lot of various angles here, just 2 pushing in from their own spawn, a 3rd reinforcing on the way. Could potentially end up kind of choked here if they don't take another angle, which looks like they are immediately starting to do. Time's running out.
Yeah, they need to push out fast. Be Smooth is going to get a pick right away. Nami going to spray one down with the Bulldog. And they just need to hold these angles. Tyzera super close to Be Smooth. He is going to get that headshot on him as well.
Nami trying to go in, just barely has enough health to take out these fights. Gonna tap the spike. Not gonna be able to get a 4th kill there. Takes down 3 with them, but the Hoosiers are gonna secure a round of their own, and a little bit of an upset right there. Really looking handy with those pistols.
Yeah, I mean that was SNHU's buy. So that's gonna be. That's gonna be. I'm sorry, I can't talk. It's gonna be really beneficial to Hoosiers there to really get all these weapons. We're gonna see Vandals and Phantoms come out here, and it's just gonna be it's gonna be great for Hoosiers, but it's just gonna be terrible for SNHU as well because they're stuck on the pistols, and now Hoosiers is just they don't gotta worry about anything.
Yeah, I mean no bonus round in this game at this point. Hoosiers have already jump started into their full buy rounds, while SNHU have to try and play an eco. Just not enough money to go around here. We'll see Hoosiers with a very heavy skew towards A site here, beginning to execute the boombot rolling out, but the site is completely open right here. They're gonna see maybe run into some people in mid, but SNHU really trying to stack heavy towards B. They just don't have the guns to work with.
Yeah, now they have to play retake here. Facing up with these long angles, the Sheriff could come in handy, but only if you're able to really dink on these headshots. Nothing. If you're not able to really hit your shots with the Sheriff, it's not going to do too good there. Oh, but the blind is huge.
The big paranoia not able to find any value off of it, though. They retreat back to their team. The Hoosiers just running down the clock with this utility. These retakes seem so difficult. For SNHU in a very high position. Opted gonna find 2 out of nowhere. Spike timing out right now, and Joy finds a double. It's just Agron left with 30 health and a Sheriff. They're gonna start to push him here. We'll see if he can stand up, but he can't. Simba takes that fight with just 8 health left. He's going to take out Agron, secure a 2nd round for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, Agron was able to get a pick there, but again, no real value for that round there. Hoosiers was able to come back just as strong with their weapons, and now SNHU is able to buy up, at least the Light Shield and a Vandal for this next round here, and it's gonna be more even if anything here. We're already gonna see Nami with a Sage res. This could be big, especially if they are able to somehow get bombed down and in a 1v2, or it's just like a situation where they need an extra player. That can be big as well. But Hoosiers does have the Harbor Ultimate, which is so good for revealing locations, and Nami is gonna start that round off by getting a pick right there.
Super aggressive, and that's what SNHU need to do right now. The Hoosiers have been doing a great job of just taking space very early on. So SNHU running already a very tight sort of controlling positioning here. Opted fully blind. Tyzer and Agron both find a kill. Agron finds a second one too. Just one player on the Hoosiers left. Be Smooth stranded in mid, has to push in. Not going to be able to fight through though. SNHU with a flawless round start to get things back on track.
Yeah, those Viper smokes can be so beneficial and they can be so bad at the same time there. Unfortunately, that was just unlucky timing with the smoke dropping and then Frank being right there just to get the kill on her. But going on into this match, in terms of ultimates, nothing has changed really. Like I was saying before, both ultimates from Harbor and Cypher can be pretty what's the word?
Influential.
Impactful. Like
amazing.
Informational.
Okay.
Informative.
Yes.
Yes. Where each player can really be staying there. Oh my
he
God.
hit that.
That was a crazy kill there. I think Nami accidentally went on top of the wall there.
Hilton's going to get revealed here in just a second, but no one there to challenge him. And Joy already backed off here. Who's just got some pretty good info here. They see SNHU on this 4-person split. Agron about to run into Be Smooth, takes him out, wins that fight. Hoosiers now down to 4. As SNHU even things up in terms of players alive. Now starting to take their way over towards A site. And we're going to see that Harbor ultimate come out, forcing the repositioning.
Yeah, that Harbor's ultimate is just going to reveal anybody that's in that area. Now they know that no one's there. They're going to be able to use this wall to also cover up this side of their spawn as well. And now they're just going to take Spike and get that free plant down.
With that down, Hoosiers are once again in that advantageous situation that they have been in these last few times. A, completely under their control. SNHU really just forced to flood through this opening from their spawn. Not going to take that other angle, as they know it's 2 different sightlines they have to take there. It can be incredibly difficult. Tripwire going to catch Frank here as they start to pull in. SNHU still 4 strong, beginning the execute. Agron finds one. The showstopper comes out. Hilton goes down, hit in the air. Agron is out. Tyzera finds Opted, but Enjoy with a nice double to clean up this round. 4 kills in total for that Cypher. A really nice scoreline right there as the Hoosiers take their 3rd round.
Yeah, like we were talking about, A site was it's just kind of hard to come back there from defense, especially on the rotate. There's only 2 entry points you can really enter in from, and they already got that little bit from mid locked down there. So SNHU was forced to go all the way through, I believe, a lobby, and it was just sucky for them because they had that Harbor wave just holding them, and as soon as that was down, the wave came in and just held them there even longer. And when you walk through it, you're slowed, and they were just in a really bad position there.
Yeah, something really, really tough about this map is you have so many rooms that just have like a single box right in the middle of it, and it really allows, with smokes and with a little bit of abilities that block sight lines, things like that, you're really able to just hide behind it. Like Agron here just standing behind this box right in the middle of this room. If he gets caught out, he's pretty stranded, but he is able to retreat back to some safer ground. Just allows a lot of really risky forward and aggressive plays.
Yeah, this map seems to be super heavy on controllers because that's really what it is. It's like open and closed, but at the same time, if that makes sense. It's
a lot of choke points leading to big rooms that have no cover in them, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit weird to see, but it's really entertaining at the same time here. But as this clock is ticking, Hoosiers have to make an idea of where they really want to go. As they saw onto B, they saw a bunch of tripwires there, and I don't think that's the move that they're exactly going to go towards. Starting to head over towards A. It's just been working out so well for them, and why stop if it's just constantly working,
Nami deep in sight right here. Does have like a little bit of an angle for retreat, but with the Hoosiers taking up alley right here, Nami peeks out, but Enjoy is going to be able to take that fight. Now 1 up, so the Hoosiers try to make their way in to take down Agron as well. SNHU only 3 strong, everyone off site. It's going to be the spike going down on A as Hoosiers again in this position.
Yeah, Hoosiers locking down on site here. SNHU has to try and get in there. Frank gonna get 1 pick right off the bat. We are gonna see that wave from Harbor come up, trying to stall point even longer, but Frank is in a little bit of a dangerous situation. Hilton gonna get the kill on the aftershock. And Enjoy will take him down. Opti gonna get Frank. It's only down to Tyzera right now. He sees all 3 of them. He has to make a move somehow, some way. Ooh. And Optid's gonna get that final pick on him.
Yeah, that's just tough. There's so many angles that you have to sort of watch out for, and there's not a lot of safe peeks to take once they're actually in. A-site in particular really just kind of seems like you are stranded if you are on site. So once you get that spike down in the middle of site, it is so hard to actually break in and defuse it because that alleyway position is so strong. You essentially have to worry about peaks from both your left and the right at the same time, and if you're just one person, you can't watch both of them.
Yeah.
It very much is kind of that suffocating pressure.
Yeah, one thing I want to mention is that for Hoosiers Viper, B Smooth, he's been putting his smoke right at the choke point of the defender sided area there. I don't know the exact call out, but he's been putting it there every single time, and that just like right there, it just makes SNHU rethink like where exactly they can really be, because they can't see the rotate anymore, and that's basically, and they get control. Attackers get control of mid here, and they just have to play around that, so they only have a little bit of a space to move from, and they just can't push through here because they don't know what's there.
Once you establish that mid control, it's a really great staging area to take B, right? If they want to try and push into A, they kind of almost have to push through defender spawn, which can be a little bit difficult. We'll see when that smoke starts to go up. We're looking to see them start to push again. Agron makes contact and will make the call, but it's 5 of the Hoosiers pushing up onto SNHU, who might have a little bit of difficulty, but they're not actually going to be able to stop the Hoosiers from just going directly through defender spawn and starting to make their way over into A. The call seems to have been made. SNHU going to try and counter this, but the Hoosiers are already flooding the site. All 5 of them, or sorry, 4 of them right now. They have a 5th on Lurk. About to run into Tyzera, and he's not going to be able to pick up that kill. Simba finds Agron. So we just trade back and forth. Druff with a nice double down to the final 2 players on SNHU to try and make this retake. This is a tough angle to take. See him just peek right in. Sees Druff, can't find the shot, and B Smooth gonna find that final kill right there to close out SNHU's round. 5-2 right now in favor of the Hoosiers. Their strategy right now seems to be so strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they want to try and go somewhere else, but it's just been so favorable for them to keep going A. I mean, the last 3 rounds, I believe they've gone A, or at least they've killed SNHU by elimination. And that's just something that they were able to do right. We see this Viper wall coming out on A again, and with the Harbor smokes, I mean, with Harbor, I feel like you don't really entry much. Once you're in a position, you can either use them to continue pushing forward or to block off choke points, like we said before. But with the way that they've been doing, it just doesn't look like whatever they're doing is gonna stop in any way. They're just gonna keep doing it.
Seeker's gonna spot out Tyzera there. This is such a hard play to make. He's gonna be able to find one before he gets taken out there, and it's already full out contact as the Hoosiers seem to have gotten in on the site. SNHU is able to take down Enjoy. Agron gonna go ahead and pop on out of there right as that Viper's pick goes down. The Nightfall comes in to try and counter it. Nami just closing off some angles, and the spike goes down. There is a hail of bullets raining in on the attackers right now. Druff's gonna be able to pick up that kill onto Agron, but Nami trying to move in right now, has to move because of that Harbor ultimate, but we'll see. Ooh. Simba goes down. Nami just trying to stay alive on the point. The Rolling Thunder comes through just to displace them even more. Trying to find this Viper, trying to clear up this site. Just gonna tap the spike right now. Be Smooth finds one. Nami stays down Druff, but Be Smooth finds 4 kills in that round as they dismantle the defenders, not able to get that retake.
Yeah, I mean, Be Smooth just hiding in that little area there with most of SNHU just pushing through that pit. They have to figure out where he was hiding, and he was able to lurk around and pick him off one by one, and is able to securely get that round there. And I thought they were gonna stick it there, but he had to get it off at the very end, because if he didn't, I mean, there was like a 100% chance he was gonna die.
Yeah.
But now SNHU is gonna be on the safe here. Looks like a light buy for Stingers and a Sheriff here, and with Hoosiers being up with their money, with the Vandals and the Phantoms, it's a 4-win streak. They're not really worried about it at all. I don't think so.
Hoosiers have got the bomb staged over towards B site right now, and we see them starting to make their way into the lobby. This could be a little bit of a change in tactics right now as they look to just try and feel this out. See where everyone is. SNHU very much have a heavy presence in mid. Be Smooth is just unpunished for peeking that. 3 dead at the hands of that Viper. SNHU just 2 players left, and Hoosiers haven't even begun to go in on the site.
Yeah, the crossfire there just not working out too well, but Tyzera caught with the stun from the dog is just gonna get killed by the raised grenade here. We are gonna see Viper, Hoosiers Viper look up towards Nami, and he's gonna get that kill. Opted, it's gonna take that away from him, but a flawless comes out from Hoosiers as well. I mean, Well, I mean, what can you really do
Yeah.
with shifts, especially in these maps? I mean, you can't really do much.
I mean, this is kind of just a tough situation for SNHU right now. The Hoosiers' strategy right now very much is sort of leaning towards that heavy A, but also just on this map, defending feels very difficult. There's not a lot of angles for SNHU to hold, it seems. I'm interested to see how the Hoosiers perform on defense themselves, considering this map was their pick. So maybe their defensive playbook is a little bit more developed as well, and maybe we could get a chance to see a little bit of what you're supposed to do right here, because right now SNHU really feel like they're kind of labbing this out right now. They are still kind of getting a feel for this. That showstopper, so unfortunate, hunting down Tyzera.
Yeah, just chasing him down there, was able to get the pick on that. Opted also gonna get another pick on Hilton as well. Just taking all this space to really get, to really get these picks. I mean, that's what you have to do as a duelist there. And we are gonna see SNHU kind of split up here. We are gonna see both of them, Agrin and Franco, just being back here in the flank. And he will get one, but bullets are spraying, and he's left at 11 HP.
Once again, the Hoosiers just getting themselves nice and entrenched right here. Agrin goes down. Just 2 left for SNHU. 1 left now with Frank dead, but Nami's deep in sight. Druff still going to win out that fight. 8-2 right now for the Hoosiers. This is the final round of the half, or sorry, 2 more rounds in the half. So things are really starting to close in.
Yeah,
SNHU need to try and survive this half with a better scoreline than this.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, yeah, SNHU at the very least try and get it to 3-9. I mean, that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
You always have that extra round after pistols if it doesn't go your way. But if you're stuck at 2 wins, pistol rounds are gonna be your biggest thing. If they were able to win the first pistol round, but then they lost to the bind, so no matter what, they have to try and get at least a third round, making it 3-9, because 2 to 10 is just not where you want to be.
This Cypher on the site does seem to be doing a great job of just sort of holding this down, but with that dog taking the trap wire, it's going to let the rest of Hoosiers start to flood in right now. SNHU have their back to the wall. Tyzera very much stuck on site. He gets the kill, though. Opted is down. Tyzera continues, but he's not going to be able to escape. He had to try and make a move. That's just such a hard spot to try and stay while the Hoosiers are closing in on the site. And with the spike down, SNHU are scrambling to find some angles here. Frog's going to go down as B-Smooth picks up that headshot. Agrin taking the off angle right here. Going to teleport into that dark cover. Ooh, just a spray through the smoke, but Hilton finds 2 along with Agrin. That's 3 dead for the Hoosiers. Just Enjoy left. They know where he is. He peeks up. He walks right onto Hilton, but Agrin takes the other angle. He secures the bomb carrier, and SNHU are going to be able to get that defused. They secure that 3rd point, so it will at the very least be 9-3, but SNHU really want to make this 4-8 right here. That is a much better scoreline. Every single point here counts for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we said before, it looks like it is an attacker-sided map here. So if they are able to get it to 4-8 there, I mean, that's going to be a pretty good spot. If they're able to keep the ball rolling like Hoosiers did on their side, it's just gonna go all but it's gonna go well for them. But this final round here has to be big here. SNHU does have 3 ultimates. There's the Res, the Omen teleport, and the ultimate from Cypher, which can reveal, and you can even get information from Omen's ultimate as well. So I'm wondering to see what they're gonna do here.
Already an immediate pick onto Enjoy. It's player down for the Hoosiers. Just getting hit a little bit of leg shots there onto Agrin. Not going to do too much damage. He will take another tag as he tries to escape. Getting very close into that corner there, while just trying to block off the Hoosiers from rotating through that from mid. Now they've got mid control, though. Really, you look at how SNHU are playing around this. They're making sure they can't stage here for B, and they're making sure they can't stage here for A. So they are basically dedicating all their resources here. Nami's starting to rotate over towards A, but the Hoosiers still don't seem sure about where they want to go.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a 5-4. With the player already down, they really got to think on where they want to go. With SNHU so split up, they need to make a hard decision here. We see Opted starting to peek out. He does get an idea of where Frank is, just barely catching his elbow there. And Agrin is also going to be on the other side of that corner there. There's just so much, there's such small wiggle room that they can move around, because there's a crossfire up near their spawn, up near the defender spawn there. And now they're going to slowly start making their way to market.
Opted flies through Agrin. Flashed is not able to respond, and SNHU start to scramble to make their way over towards B. Fox going to be able to take down Opted, find a pick of his own. Hoosiers are down a player. Indiana has to try and get in here, try and get the spike down. because the retake is going to be very much in the favor of SNHU, but not a beast move thing to say about it. Going to even up those odds, but the revive comes out onto Agron just to make it a little bit better. The neural theft comes out, going to get some positions here. Info for SNHU. They see they've got a player split off to left Be Smooth on his own, while the rest of the Hoosiers are locked together in that corner. It's a double kill there. Nami and Agron moving at the same time. It's just Be Smooth off site. They have to worry about him. The bomb goes down. Nami takes the shot, but Hilton not quite holding the bomb. Finds another kill though, peeking in, gets green screened there. Agron goes down. It's a 4 kills so far. Starting to push up Tyzera. He cannot let this be an ace. Be Smooth stuck in here. He has to try and defuse. Gonna peek out and just hits the shot right there. So close to finishing it off, but it's an ace for Be Smooth. What an incredible defensive position right there.
Oh, what a play from Be Smooth there. Just holding back and getting that Viper spit out was so smart. I mean, there was the pinging from the teammates. I mean, A+ to them. But getting that one headshot just forced everybody off a bomb and stops the stick right there. So when the Viper spit went down, there was just a larger area for him to peek out from, and they had to push him. There was no idea, or like they couldn't not push him. And if they peaked 1 by 1, which they did, he was able to get 4 kills on that and eventually get the ace right there and win that round.
I mean, that's just one of those situations where it's so easy to almost get flustered, right? You don't know what to do if there's just, oh yeah, there's a Viper's Pit right off site. It's in an incredibly fortified position. It's really hard to peek, and peeking into it, even if we do like a double swing on 2 different angles, might not even be safe. It's a very easy position to get overwhelmed, and that's what happened there. But we go into the next half here now, swapping sides. SNHU on attackers. Druff gonna immediately pick up a kill right there on the Hilton. Finds a second. Nami from behind. Taking down. Druff can't quite hit the rest of the shots though. Enjoy and Simba find a kill of their own, and it's all down to Tyzera, who starts to push up here, but immediately gets his head taken off there by Opted, who start off the half on the right foot.
Yeah, it's not over yet though, because as SNHU was able to lose the second round, it does not mean that Hoosiers is not able to lose the second round of the pistol as well. But even though it may seem you may want to force up here, you definitely don't want to, because this round here, if you lose this round, it's just gonna go in the buckets. It's gonna be terrible for SNHU. So they have to save here no matter what, and at least try to knock off some of their economy.
Yeah, that's the big thing right now. SNHU, they need to not only not lose these rounds, right, but they need to do economic damage in these rounds. They have so little room to work with at the moment. Very much a sense of their backs being up against the wall, because they need to just play very perfectly from here on out. Front's gonna get picked off immediately. Opted finding that opening pick and just sending that boombot out to secure mid. SNHU, and it looks like they're trying to go over towards A, but look at how forward the Hoosiers are here on defense. It is very, very difficult to push into A from this position now, as SNHU kind of have to funnel through this choke point. It seems like they got a good idea that they're out there too.
Yeah, just being stuck in this little area, they kind of have to push him there. Drop is going to get 2. Hilton's going to put a stop to it, though. And now Simba going to try and get a pick, and he will. Tyzera won't let him get any more, though. And Opted is going to finish off that round. A very quick kill is coming out from both teams. There are a lot of trades happening as well, but being stuck in that area, it was so hard to get out, because Hoosiers was just surrounding them. It was just like, I don't know if have you ever seen Cars 2?
Yeah.
You know when Mater's like in the pits and then they start like surrounding him. Like that's the flashback.
That's what we just saw happen. Yeah. It's tough, right? Hoosiers are doing, I think, what you're supposed to do on defense here, which is the moment that you see that the attackers are giving up space, you need to take it, because the space that the defenders have at the start of the game is not good enough. They have to push forward, they have to be aggressive, and they have to secure areas. They can't just sit back and wait for the attackers to come to them. Very much kind of shifting things on their head right here. Enjoy going to take down Agron, both teams down a player. Spike moving down mid.
Pushing into this really slow here. Be Smooth gonna have that snake bite out to get that vulnerability. Enjoy gonna have his back, and Nami gonna get 1. Be Smooth getting 2, and Hilton finishing off Be Smooth there, making it a 2v2, and they are able to have bomb and be able to rotate over to H somewhat safely. Ty though is gonna get Opted, now making it a 1v2, and Simba is the only one left with a Vandal.
He's got a flash to work with here. He's gonna get that second one back. But we'll see. I mean, it's very difficult to sort of execute on your own flashes anymore on Sky. So this is going to be tough to work with. Not any other utility either. Just has to try and peek this. Just had to try and take these aim duels. Cypher could still have cages to work with if they need smoke, but it looks like they might be down. Just going to tap the bomb, start to bring SNHU back to the site, force them through. The fault line comes through, and the rate of fire is just too low to deal with. Hilton takes his time to line up those shots, take down Simba, secure 4th round for SNHU.
Yeah, finally getting into the swing of things here. SNHU gonna get that round and be able to pick up some nice guns, being able to get those Vandals and Phantoms with the light buy, and Hoosiers is able to get the same thing. So this round here is gonna be pretty even in terms of guns here, and Harbor is gonna have his ultimate, so that's gonna be the biggest thing right now. If SNHU all decide to push into one site all at the same time, it can be either stopped or it can be more aggressive with Harbor's ultimate. So depending on how it's gonna go, it could go really well or really bad.
Already SNHU throwing out those slow orbs to try and stop the Hoosiers from aggressing, just trying to cut them off. Not going to let them play too far forward, but it looks like, I mean, just look at where they're holding right now on this map, holding very close to these lobbies, making sure that the attackers aren't able to actually push up and take very vital space. And we'll see SNHU starting to back up now, maybe looking to skew towards mid. That Viper wall is there to potentially block them off, but as they control the tiles in mid, they're going to be able to get another angle here while the rest of them seem to wrap around towards B.
Yeah, really taking their time here. They do not want to mess this round up, as one more would make it towards Hoosiers game point. So they want to knock down their economy the best that they can, but this could be so scary right here. Be Smooth having that angle there is that first pick on Tyzera, possibly another on Hilton. Nami will get the pick on him, but Be Smooth brought a teammate down with him. Or not a teammate, sorry, an enemy down with them, making it a 3v4, but this res from Nami could also be really big as well.
Definitely looking to try and disrupt this right here, and now Nami's got himself wedged into kind of a strange position. Frogs able to take down Opted, but getting peeked from behind as well. Nami find Druff. Just one player left on this site while the rest of the team scrambles to get back around. Agron with the jump scare. He's going to pop back into Simba's peripheral vision. Not able to react quite fast enough. Enjoy, last man standing here. Wall blocking him off. Has to try and come back through defender spawn. Agron pushes forward again, and Frogs going to be the one to push through that smoke and put him down.
Yeah, able to get that 5th round there, gonna knock off Hoosiers' economy, like I said before there, and now they're gonna be able to get into the swing. Like I said before, I keep saying the same things, into the swing of things, making the snowball moving more and more here, as they're able to, if they're able to keep constantly winning rounds, they're gonna be in a really good spot.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because Hoosiers only have 11 points right now. SNHU have a little bit of room to mess up a little bit, right? They can lose a round before they're suddenly worrying about whether or not Hoosiers are going to hit match point. So really, they just want to play the economy the best that they can. They've got enough wiggle room to work with, or they can kind of squeeze this out as long as they maintain that economic advantage the entire time. They just need to keep playing this very aggressive playstyle, which really seems to fit this map.
Yeah, it's been working out pretty well for them here. We already see Hoosiers kind of making their way back to B as they started to push up, but now SNHU is kind of left in the I want to say confusion. You know, they don't really know where Hoosiers is gonna be playing, where they're gonna be at, because they're playing a little bit random here, especially on these pistol rounds. If you catch them at an off angle, the sheriff can always do it. It can only do so much.
It's important when you have these pistols to make sure you're playing around these weird angles, you're playing around these close angles, because that's what's going to allow you to catch someone by surprise here. And we'll see SNHU lurking up towards B site right here. Most of the Hoosiers have already rotated over towards A, maybe a little bit too early. As SNHU fully pulled out, no one even on that side of the map, and Indiana's starting to realize it now as the spike starts to go down. They're flooding through defender spawn at the moment. SNHU already entrenched, sitting themselves right back in lobby, just perfectly content with sitting back and waiting for this to happen. But Hilton so far forward catches them on an unexpected angle, opted down. Hilton going for that flash as well. He has a Rolling Thunder if he really needs it. Be Smooth can take down Nami with that Viper's Bite. Hilton finds another. Tyzera lining him up. Just one left, and Enjoy's going to go down before he's able to shoot Hilton in the back. SNHU find their 6th round.
Yeah, unfortunately for Hoosiers, there just couldn't swing the right angles with the sheriff. It's just not as reliable with the Vandal. So coming out a little bit slower than normally there, just making sure your aim is right. They're gonna fall in that round there. SNHU gonna take this win, and I'm really wondering to see what their play is gonna be for this, because I feel like they've been going A, they've been going B a bunch, you know. I
Yeah.
want to say. So I wonder if their plan is just to keep poking on A and see if anybody's there, and then do a immediate rotate to B, because they haven't gone mid at all, I want to say.
I mean, I kind of like the way that SNHU played that last round, right? They played things a little bit slower. They waited for Hoosiers to play aggressive and then get impatient. They said, "Oh, we took B lobby, but there's no one there, so they must be at A. We're gonna start to rotate over because we know they're not in mid, and just kind of make them jumpy, make them second guess themselves, make them worry about whether or not the attackers are pulling their own strategies on them, right? Hoosiers are so used to playing this map so fast, so aggressive on attack that they're worried unless that you don't.
Wow.
Enjoy. Finds a nice little double kill right there. The neural theft coming out as well. And that is so much info. It's going to leave them just closing in on SNHU. That flash not quite enough to keep him going. Hilton is down, just Frank left, cut out in the alley. They know where he is. They're closing in on him. He's got to try and peek on them. These harbor walls are so aggressive. They're locking him in while the Hoosiers take the space. Druff just holding back. They've got control of Spike. No reason to play so aggressive. Get that wall up in time. Druff, is he ready for him to have already pushed through? We'll see. From peeking around, he finds the headshot. That's one.
30 seconds left.
Not gonna be able to find any more. Ooh, Be Smooth just barely peeks out. The Nightfall comes out, filled with confidence. Frank's gonna go ahead and pop that, try and get some value. 20 seconds on the clock. He's got time to work with. Opted goes down. Frank with 4 kills right there. 1 away from returning that ace right back where it came to the Hoosiers. He catches Simba behind this box. Has to try and peek in him. Just 6 seconds left, and he doesn't have enough time. He had to just run in there. He couldn't just wait for him, and Simba knew that. He held that angle close. He caught him off guard, and the Hoosiers find their 12th round.
So unfortunate for Frank there, especially getting that 4-piece, just 1 kill away from winning that round. And now Hoosiers is, I mean, this round right here, I want to say it's more favorable towards SNHU right now. They have Spectres. I mean, they have SMGs. We are going to see Be Smooth with a judge. I want to see Be Smooth get a kill with the judge. Judge kills.
He's going to play in that smoke, right? I mean, it's a classic Viper strategy. You just play in the smoke with your judge. He's got his ultimate up. He's going to pop it over in the lobby, and he's just gonna sit there and wait for the rest of the game, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's how you have to play as Viper. You got to play in these sneaky corners.
Yeah.
And even with the pit, you have to play carefully because everybody's nearsighted, including yourself. You know, there's no advantage there. So it's gonna be a lot harder for players to really push that. So it looks like SNHU, they're not gonna bite. They're just gonna go around into mid and maybe come out possibly on A or B, depending on where the defenders are.
Druff's going to call those shots. You see already Hoosiers starting to make those rotations. They're going to try and close in right here. That smoke is going to block off the east side of mid. Now they got to worry about Optic coming through with the showstopper. And that's just going to be it. There's only one place Nami could have been, and the rest of those paint chills are going to come through to force the rest of SNHU back. They're going to start to make their way, try and wedge themselves into B. They spotted Opted already. They have the rolling thunder. They need to start picking up the pace, though. Hoosiers are already playing close. Be Smooth with that judge right in his face. He can't afford to look away. And Joy found a double kill in the background. Opted going to finish off Frank there. Just Tyzera left. The last one standing a 1 versus 4. He finds a second. He finds a third. He needs 2 more. The neural theft could let him do this. But one of those players is going to be that Viper. Not in the pit anymore, but still. Oh, just spraying through. Finds the headshot through the smoke. Hoosiers are going to close out Sunset 13-6. Really, I mean, just putting on a great show on how to play Sunset right there.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Tyzera, having to kind of push through that cage there, that's the only way he could go with the time ticking down. It's just truly unfortunate there.
Yeah, I mean, Hoosiers absolutely seem like they have got that map down.
Yeah.
So absolutely not a surprise at all to see them. I mean, they picked the map. They seem to be pretty familiar with it. That's not too surprising. But yeah, that's a pretty great game. One coming out there from Hoosiers. But this is a best of 3 set, so we'll be back with game 2 after a short break. But before we go, do keep in mind that our B stream will be starting up in the next few minutes. League of Legends on twitch.tv/SNHU Esports B. Check out SNHU Blue, our League of Legends team, not our Valorant team, take on Farmingdale State in just a few minutes. I'll be starting up soon. But we'll be right back here with some more Valorant after a short break. Hello and welcome back to SNHU Esports. We're about ready for game number 2 of our Valorant match tonight. SNHU Blue versus Indiana University Hoosiers. The Hoosiers were able to take the first game there on a Sunset map we had never seen before here on stream, and definitely a map that got a lot of learning to do because that was a little bit of a hard game right there. The Hoosiers really pulling ahead. But let's go and take a look at our map overview and see what SNHU have picked in retaliation, which will be our next map. Lotus,
a map that we've seen before many times here with these long lineups. I mean, there's no way we don't have a double smoker here. We're probably gonna see a Viper and an Omen, and
yeah,
let's see what they're gonna pick.
Yeah, let's pull up the agent select here and see as we look at our composition. Very much a tried and true map here for SNHU, both blue and yellow for our Valorant teams. They both seem to be very familiar with Lotus here, so seeing it'll be kind of interesting to see how differently they play as well. We had yellow on earlier this week. We saw, I believe, the two maps are Haven and Lotus, so we're gonna get to see some more Lotus as well and see exactly how different blue are in terms of their playbook here. But for blue, this is a big chance for them to hit back at the Hoosiers because the Hoosiers really felt like they knew kind of how to play Sunset inside and out.
Yeah, Sunset's just one of those maps that, again, we haven't seen a bunch, and it's fairly new. It's not that new, but I mean, it's enough to where we should see it on stream if they were good at it, you know. So,
yeah.
Now that we're on Sunset, now that we're back on Lotus here, we are going to see that there is a Jet on the other team. I don't think we've seen a lot of Jets in most games here, especially with their most recent nerfs that just absolutely brought her to the ground. I can't even play her anymore. It's insane. But we are going to see a single smoker come out from Hoosiers, which is really weird to me because you'd think you'd see a double smoker, but it's just the Omen there.
Definitely the Hoosiers are picking their composition more for this attacking side, which they seem to be, if they're picking for this side, seem to be more comfortable with. So we'll see them try to play some really aggressive plays. They already start to take B lobby, start to flip this door around and use it to break into this sort of staging area here for C. The paint shell's going out already. I mean, just so aggressive. The Hoosiers are in. Agron has to worry about trying to hold this side angle. He's going to end up going down to Simba. Tyzer fires back. It's just back and forth for both sides. The Hoosiers only have 2 players left. SNHU with 3. And we're going to see Southern New Hampshire start to back out and regroup while the Hoosiers get this bomb down. They're going to get the spikes planted, and they're going to get in their defensive positions. For a post plant, their composition is okay, but they've got complete info there on Druff. Optic comes up to try and protect him. Will be able. Stops Nami in their tracks. Hilton takes down Druff, and Frank's going to be able to pick up that final kill right there. SNHU immediately clapping back with that pistol round.
Yeah, unfortunately for Hoosiers Omen, they're kind of stuck in that area. They just have to wait for their other teammate to try and trade them because you knew where they were, and they just couldn't instantly push them because, I mean, they had to figure out. I cannot talk right now. Druff hiding in the corner there. His teammate had to save him because if they all went to swing him, they would have died immediately there. But now onto the second round, SNHU is going to be able to buy up heavy here. Going to get these Guardians of Bulldogs, some really strong guns other than the SMGs that we've seen before in the past year. And Hoosiers kind of has to work with what they got. They got maybe some upgrades, a couple Sheriffs, maybe a Frenzy. But in terms of a gun percentage and heavier guns right now, SNHU is definitely got the advantage.
I'm curious if we'll see Indiana start to make their way over towards B right now. Nami with those paint shells going to take down Druff. Agron picks up one of his own. Hilton going to take down Simba right there from that side angle, and the Hoosiers have already unexpectedly lost 3 players out of seemingly nowhere. They are crippled on this attack. They already had pistols to begin with. They just really going to have a hard time now.
Yeah, Be Smooth here, kind of stuck in this little position here. I mean, Opted as well. They have Bomb, but it's a 2v5. They either got to get picks or at least try to get Bomb down for that money and that ult charge as well. Be Smooth just holding down Frank here, just waiting for him to peek and maybe try and get a kill. Maybe he's just waiting for it. He's able to get a body shot there, but I'm thinking Hoosiers is just trying to get an elimination at most here.
Yeah, they're starting to push up here, and they see that Killjoy utility. They're going to give it a little bit of a wide berth. Going to pop one, force Tyzer to recognize that he's there. They're really just trying to poke at SNHU. See if they can find anyone who's willing to peek out at them, which SNHU doing the smart thing. They are not peeking out at them. They're waiting for the Hoosiers to push forward here, which is where their guns have that disadvantage. The pistols really want to try and hold those close angles. They're not giving them that opportunity. Beastmooth breaking through that Viper wall. Hilton has no clue, and this could be a deadly lurk, but with only 10 seconds left, he's going to have to start running soon. Hilton sending that flash out. Looks like it did hit Opted there. Flashing right back. Frog pushes forward, and Beastmooth picks up that kill. He's going to be able to get a gun upgrade here. Opted goes down right after that spike gets planted. Tyzera is going to barely win out that duel with 15 health left. Beastmooth just not quite able to find that headshot. SNHU win that second round. Hoosiers, I mean, they didn't make it too easy, though. They really burnt a lot of time right there and tried to play out all their options.
Yeah, I was going to say, they almost played like SNHU there. I mean, SNHU really likes to burn down the time, and they just like to try to poke at the enemies. Defenses, just try to waste utility and then eventually do a full rush near the end there. So kind of doing a similar thing, except really stretching it out towards the end, just barely getting plant down. They were able to get a couple hits down and get one elim off of it. So I mean, it wasn't a terrible round for them, but this round, oh, there's a lot of Bulldogs here. This is fun. This is great. A lot of Bulldogs into this as well, and we're gonna see, hopefully, maybe a lot of even gunfire.
Yeah, Hoosiers pushing very far up into A already, just making their presence. I see them firing off a lot of shots, starting to get some utility out, just making sure that SNHU know where they are. Hoosiers really seem to like to play around with this information a lot. They'll fire a lot somewhere, and they'll quickly pivot and turn around elsewhere. And it seems to be potentially looking over towards B. Nothing that SNHU shouldn't expect right here, but this lurk over by C could be unfortunate. Beastmooth, a very formidable player to be sure, not someone you want to be pushing into. That's for sure. Enjoy opening up this round, takes down Agron. Frog stuck in the middle of this site, not quite able to win out that fight against Opted, and now SNHU off-site have to try and play for this retake right here. Beastmooth still off-site at the moment, and actually going to be able to pick up Nami right there. Hilton coming from the side angle here, not quite able to get the surprise shot he was hoping, and Enjoy finds that headshot to take him out. We'll see Tyzera just barely not able to react in time. Druff with a quick shot, peeks around that corner, takes his head off. Going to be a first point there for the Hoosiers. Technically SNHU's bonus round, even though they had all Guardians and Bulldogs. Was technically their bonus round.
Yeah, it was kind of weird seeing all those Bulldogs and Guardians, and I was pretty surprised by the outcome of that round. I thought with Guardians and Bulldogs are super strong weapons when used correctly, of course. But if you use them like a Phantom or a Vandal, you're not going to get that same type of output, and it just looks like that's what it was used. It was used like a Phantom or a Vandal there, because I really thought they were able to get at least a couple players down with their economy, because I mean, I'm a Bulldog stan, you know, I'll always love that gun no matter what. So just seeing that, it tore my heart just a tiny bit.
Hoosiers playing very slow now. Just going to send out some utility there. That Cloudburst going to reveal Frog's position in a way. And now the Hoosiers start to begin staging closer up towards B. Opted gets a little bit of a peek right there. That's going to be a call for SNHU. They saw him cross. The smoke's coming out now. Just try and repel them. Just trying to burn down the clock right here.
They're really taking their time. Hoosiers, again, kind of just really poking at SNHU's defense right now. They're not even making a full commit. The team is mostly split up, and they're just running down the clock. They're wasting util, playing default, and just doing whatever they can to make sure that SNHU does not have any abilities to help with this. And this could be dangerous here. Frog only with the Stinger has to try and get these close angles here. The blind comes out. He has to take this, and Opted is gonna get the headshot on him.
That's going to be a player down for SNHU, the B defender. Going to immediately cause Indiana to start to pivot over Hilton on this side angle. So much utility going through just to force him back. Good thing he didn't get tagged there as he fell back, because SNHU down a player. All this health is going to matter, but Enjoy and Simba going to take two more off of SNHU's roster. Just two remaining. So they start to peek through into Druff. They're going to pick up that kill, but a lot of damage onto SNHU's Viper. Tyzera down, Agron down to the paint shells. Simba finding 3 kills that round. Hoosiers changing up the pace, really working out for them.
Yeah, I mean, they were super duper aggressive on Sunset there, getting in those angles so fast here. And even on the first round of Lotus here, we saw them kind of dash in onto C really quickly with the satchels and the jet dash as well. And now they're just playing so slow. I feel like that's just messing up a little bit of SNHU's knowledge of them. Just trying to, I feel like I mean, as a defender, you're just trying to have to figure out where attackers are all the time. But they've been able to just play it so slow that the defenders get impatient. You know, they move to areas that they don't play, and then it's more different for them.
Enjoy starting to peek up. Is able to take down Nami. Has that dash ready. Going to use it to fall back while he's blind. And he's able to take Hilton too. Just barely spacing out those fights long enough. Zera is flashed, forced to fall back. Hoosiers, knowing that, they're just going to back up. They already got 2 kills over on A. Why not just convert over to that? Agrin is barely able to find those shots that spike down, but SNHU aren't in a place to really try and hold it defensively. They have to fall back and regroup. Otherwise, Hoosiers just going to run straight over them.
Yeah, I mean, with those pistols, there's only so much you can do. You have to play close there, and Joy is going to take that 3rd kill out on Agrin there. Frank being 1 left, going to get the stop on him, and Tyzera is going to have his back there in case Simba tries to push a little bit forward here, but just playing so close at that angle and opted as well. To get the headshot on him, be smooth. Gonna get Frank as well. Now it's all down Tyzera. The dog gets him, the stun, and Opted's gonna get that wall bang headshot there, making it the 3rd round for Hoosiers.
Yeah, this definitely a lot more neck and neck so far in terms of the score, but the Hoosiers have found the last 3 rounds in a row. SNHU, they won the pistol round, they won the round where they had the gun advantage, but since then, Hoosiers have kind of been in the driver's seat, deciding the tempo of these games. If they want it to go fast, it's going to go fast. If they want it to go slow, it's going to go slow. SNHU are having a tough time really sort of instilling their own pace on Hoosiers here. They're having a hard time slowing them down. They're having a hard time forcing them to play aggressive.
Yeah, at least it wasn't as bad as seeing that that they took the buy round. You know, this time they're you know, in terms of economy, their credits are in the right area. None of them are really too far than the other. I mean, right now it's an even gun matchup here, and in terms of ultimates, Hoosiers has the advantage. That's purely because of eliminations.
We'll see also Hoosiers having a lot more ultimates to work with. They've gotten a lot of kills these last 3 rounds, so definitely a little bit more firepower saved up for Indiana. SNHU really only working with that lockdown and the showstopper, which can help defensively, but really don't want to rely on those too much. Agrin pushing forward here, playing super aggressive, hoping to catch them off guard. Gets full flash though, trying to just stay hidden, but Druff spraying through, not knowing where he was still able to take him out. Be Smooth gonna pick up Hilton as well. It's 2 down for SNHU. Druff getting this spike down. They don't know about someone who is so close. Nami full flash though, finds one. Optic gonna fire right back, able to trade his teammate. Now 4-2. So SNHU start to make their way back in from defender spawn. 3 players off site, all coming from the same angle, but they got to worry about the person over on ramp. Frank's able to find one, but Joy able to clean up the final 2 members of SNHU. That's Hoosiers finding their 4th round.
Yeah, Be Smooth there, kind of lurking around C. Almost could have made it a big kill for them, but Enjoy, luckily, was there to save the day, getting that double headshot there and finishing out that round. Now SNHU is put in a really bad scenario here, or situation. They're stuck with only sheriffs and a light shield. We are gonna see a Bucky. I also believe that gun also got nerfed to the ground. I feel like the damage on it is not as well as it used to be.
I can't remember the last time I saw a Bucky.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
we've seen Judges, but Buckies? No, never.
Dire straits here for the economy if we're seeing Buckies coming out. But hey, with the Viper, you can make any shotgun work. You just, you know, it's not as good as the Judge, but hey, it'll still work. It'll still find those 1-taps up close.
No, I mean we've seen the Shorty as well. Only 400 credits, being able to get those 2 taps. Yeah. I mean, it just works out so well. And oh my God, Agrin, this could go great for him, especially with that Bucky as well there.
The Viper Bite ended up going right back on himself and not quite able to react in time. See that lowered rate of fire while concussed. Doesn't matter so much if you have a shotgun, but still gotta be able to be ready. Pre-firing. It quite work. Frank Tyzera finding 2 sheriff kills.
Getting those 2 headshots right off the bat. I mean, Frank just seeing that right through the wall there. I mean, oh my, that was like 4 shots right off the bat. Being able to get that kill, we are going to see the lockdown come out as well. Problem with Hoosiers just putting SNHU away from the spike. They don't need them anymore, anywhere close to it, and they gotta kind of push a little bit more aggressive now.
Yeah, I think they revealed pretty much that both players are coming from that angle. Hilton's starting to go back, trying to reposition, get some info, but Druff only needed to hit 1 shot, ended up hitting that headshot. It worked out for him. This turret is going to spot out Tyzera, and there's the info. There's the killing call that comes out, and Druff's going to be able to find his 3rd kill right there onto Tyzera. Hoosiers continuing down the warpath.
Yeah, I wonder if it was better to save in that situation there, especially kind of stuck with the Vandal.
Yeah.
I mean, they could buy up for next round. So I mean, it's definitely not it's not bad trying to push that. But I mean, when you look at Hoosiers, I mean, they're already about to be at like max credits. You know what I mean? They could really buy an operator if they wanted to, and they'd still be fine within the next round. I mean, they don't have to worry about anything here. And in ultimates here, I mean, SNHU they're doing pretty well. I mean, they have Seekers, they have Showstopper, they have the wall and the lockdown. They shouldn't use all of it, but they should have a really high chance of winning this round, especially on the defense.
Yeah, they've got these power plays sort of stocked up, right? They can absolutely try and force some rounds to go into their favor here, but they need to win these gunfights at the end of the day too. And that seems to be something they're having a little bit of trouble with. Hoosiers just playing very fast and aggressive, pre-firing a lot of angles, really catches some of SNHU's players out right now. These paint shells come out from Nami to try and slow down the Hoosiers. They break into sight. That swarm grenade will be able to take down Enjoy. Pretty nice little pick right there. Oh, Be Smooth, just a sucker punch to Hilton right there. Caught him rotating back, and the defender down on A site might just crack this thing open for Hoosiers, who were having trouble breaking onto C, but Brock not gonna let them get in tax-free. Gonna take down Simba on the way in, just back out to regroup with his team. These unexpected kills are really big here for SNHU, and Druff actually didn't get the plant down. Spike only just now going out. I'm going to pick up a kill of his own. Only 2 players left on Hoosiers. That Omen teleported out. Be Smooth caught in a rough place, but still able to win that gunfight. 2 players pushing up on SNHU while they try and defuse. They're not going to be able to push up in time. SNHU will get the defuse here, but Be Smooth still going to pick up that ace.
Yeah, that was a crazy ace from Be Smooth there. I mean, he's already at the top of the leaderboard now, from 5 to 10 there. Gonna get a lot.
He's got so much money, too.
He does. That's the thing. SNHU may have won the round, but look at their guns here.
Yeah.
They had to save those weapons that they had before, and now they're struggling to pick up with what they have.
Yeah, that was just kind of, it was tough to try and push that angle right there. Just trying to hope to put a dent in Indiana's economy, but just not going quite their way. And we'll see now. They did get a little bit of breathing room here as they find that point. Gonna continue to keep the game going, get another point in their favor, and just bring things further along. So the Hoosiers down a little bit. They didn't do that much damage to their economy, but still, it's definitely less than they would have if they won, and we'll see them start to push up here now in towards Tree. Door beginning to go around. Hilton with a big call right there. Got eyes on 3.
And now getting that information, SNHU kind of know where most of the team is right now, but they can't let that get to them, because we actually see Hoosiers start to rotate very slowly here. They actually drop bomb and looking like they're going to play more of default here. Nami and Sim are going to trade each other out, getting teammates, and Druff's just going to get aggro, and unfortunate with the judge there.
Just couldn't win that DPS check. Be Smooth going to finish off Tyzera there. Indiana's got to worry a little bit, though. It is a 3 versus 2, but 2 members on Indiana are extremely low on health. Don't have any way to get it back either. If Nami wants to take some very aggressive plays, they've got a lot of health to work with, and they can also be healed. But Be Smooth, such a crazy lurk right here. He's right behind him. I don't know if he saw them cross or not, but if he's got that info, he starts to regroup with his team.
I was going to say, it looks like he's not going to take the risk for that. Start to head back with his team, and now Nami is kind of back with these paint shields. They have to use utility to push him back here.
Showstopper. Ready for action as it gets popped. Hilton and Nami take down 2 at the same time. Druff from behind, though. This could be a crazy flank. He's going to be able to pick off Nami right there. Hilton has to worry about trying to regroup right here. Trying to repeat this angle. Going to tap the bomb. Druff's going to wait. Gonna wait your route for that halfway point. Hilton gets it halfway, but just a little bit too long on the bomb. Druff's able to clutch that one out. 3 kills in the bag right there. Not gonna go down to the bomb either.
Yeah, trying to get it to half there so you can get back up again. It's so hard. It's such a risk, because you're basically half defusing the bomb. You have to commit to that for at least, I believe, 4 or 5 seconds, and you know, that's enough time for Druff to walk up and get that easy headshot, which he was able to.
That's the thing. It's a 1v1 where you have to look away from that angle, you have to put yourself behind a wall, so you won't even be able to see if he's pushing up until it's too late.
Right.
And he's just got to sit there and wait. And when it's a 1v1 and it's a defuse situation like that, it's practically a coin flip in terms of the mind games right there, which Drup was able to play out and come out on top there. And Joy finds an opening pick on a Nami. Hilton fires back. Simba trades that one out, and Franck gets caught out trying to escape. Opted. Got to throw a wrench into those plans. Only 2 players left on SNHU. Round has just started. Ty peeking out. That's big info right there. They saw Be Smooth. Just going to try and close him off with those swarm grenades and already getting the spike down onto B. SNHU are split hard right now and caught pulling his gun out. Not going to be able to find that kill. Just Agrin left. And they got info on where he is.
Yeah, they're just going to rush him just like that. Be Smooth being I want to say the dedicated lurker of the team so far. And he's just able to just really just walk around, get these picks, and just disrupt SNHU's defense.
I mean, this is the kind of value you want your Sentinels to be getting, right? This is
true.
This is exactly what they should be doing, just holding back, playing these behind angles, staying alive, most importantly, so their utility doesn't go away.
Yeah.
And just getting value that way. And for some teams, lurkers can really catch you out. Especially Be Smooth, really, I mean, just great timing on his part. It feels like he's almost able to just slip through the cracks sometimes. Like, he's playing Metal Gear Solid over here. We'll see, like, a defender look away and enjoy up in the sky. Takes down Franck. It's going to be an opening pick right there. It's going to let them just go straight into C. Tyzera trying to get back onto this flank, but the Hoosiers have already swarmed this place.
We're gonna see that kill down go down, and Enjoy's gonna get that pick off him, and Tyzera gets 2 nice picks right there. He's gonna be full blind though. Opted is gonna get the pick on him, and Nami getting Be Smooth there, actually flanking the flanker there as he starts to make this retake. But Drop is not gonna let him do that, and it's all down to Agrin.
1 versus 2. Again, the same exact situation we saw last time when SNHU were able to actually get onto the point. No one's looking at him though. And just barely, Drop's able to teleport away in time. He gets the call. You see the rotation start to come out to start to corner him. Agrin needs to be able to take him down. He finds that headshot. It's just Opted left. Time is ticking down. The snake bite goes out to try and block off that doorway. Flash goes through. He has to push up to take down Opted. He does. Does he have enough time though? He doesn't. So. He's got to just try and run and save his guns. He should be able to get away in time, but so unfortunate for SNHU. They just barely weren't able to squeeze out that win.
Yeah, it is really unfortunate there, as one was hiding in CT and the other on Mount there. Just kind of they're
so far away from each other.
Yeah, Jeff was just really just buying time, I want to say. Even if he didn't win that, which he didn't. Their Sky Opted was just able to buy that time using the flash and he could have used, I don't know if he had the Sky Dog either, but he could have just used any utility to just wait out Agrin there, and then it worked out in their favor here, and we are going to see another judge come out, I believe, from I thought Nami, but I could have read that wrong.
Moving the door right here, trying to give Nami some angles to work with, but Opted already breaking through, finds that headshot. Simba's going to be able to follow up with him, take down Hilton, 2 players down for SNHU. The Hoosiers have broken onto A site, and they're already starting to push through and take control of SNHU spawn, and Joy picks up another kill there onto Tyzera. Just 2 players left for SNHU, and Franck down. Agrin finds 3!
3 headshots right there, right off the bat there. Gonna be able to make this retake possible here. Now, getting really close to Druff and Be Smooth here. He has a Phantom to work with. He has another Snake Bite and a Smoke here. He's gonna use a strategic lead, but Druff is just gonna catch him right there in that little angle. Unfortunately, gonna make that 3-9 for SNHU. Now switching sides, and SNHU gonna be on the attack here. So it's time to see what they can really do now.
Yeah, the Hoosiers seem so strong on offense always, right? On Sunset, we saw an incredibly strong offense. On Lotus, we've seen an incredibly strong offense. If the pattern continues, their defense might be a little bit weaker here on Lotus. That's what we saw on Sunset, a little bit weaker on the defensive side. But, I mean, Lotus is a map that's been out for longer, right? These teams should have a more in-depth playbook for it. So it's really up to what we see from the Hoosiers here. SNHU definitely starting this half on the back foot, but of course, 9-3.
It's a curse.
The worst possible score that's, like, still kind of workable, right?
Yeah. I mean, they again, like you said, the worst possible score they can still work on. It's whatever you make of the pistol rounds. The pistol rounds are always going to be your biggest thing. If you win the pistol rounds, you're going to be in a pretty safe spot. And we're already seeing right now that Enjoy is going to get one on front there as they start to make this lurk upon them. The double flank from both the duelists here it's so dangerous. It can get so dangerous.
They're going to back off though. SNHU making their way over towards Seaside here. It's Indiana, that dog going to catch out Hyzera, but that smoke immediately coming through to try and block him off. Nami finds a nice headshot there to take down B Smooth, and now they just need to try and control some space here. They're going to watch that corridor off to the side. They got to get this spike down, start burning the timer here for the Hoosiers. Opted pushing through, doesn't see Agron reloading. Very fortunate for SNHU. Hyzera picks up another kill of his own, but Simba trades him out. Just 2 left for Indiana. Agron makes contact with 1. They're going to see where Simba comes from in just a second. They've got full info to work with here. Drop finds 1, drop finds 2. Takes down Agron. It's just Nami left. That dart covered down. He's got to try and push in right here. He heard the defuse, and he gets the right click around the corner. Nami, with his 3rd kill of that round, is going to break open this half.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really strong round for SNHU there. Although most of them died, Nami was able to clutch it out in the end and get that nice right click there. Even though right clicks have also been nerfed to the ground, a lot of things have been nerfed. But
if you're right in their face, the spread doesn't matter, right? You're going to hit them.
True. And now we're also gonna see Nami with a Phantom as well. So really putting all the money into this round right now. And Agron, I don't know why I said Agron. I was going to say he also is also going to have a Phantom, but it looks like he doesn't want to buy anything with it just yet.
Just barely not enough money to work with here. The plus side of this Phantom is, right, if it survives this round, if SNHU win this, then their bonus round is a little bit better. They've got a Phantom on their bonus round. That's awesome. That's what they're trying to go for here. Hoosiers going to try and upset them. We saw Hoosiers take the second round after they lost the pistol round last map, so we'll see. They seem to be pretty good with these pistols, but SNHU have made a convincing argument for themselves in this last round.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to pick up some kills here, trying to go into it a little bit faster, but it looks like SNHU is what they're going to do best, kind of take it slow and push it out all in the... I was going to say they're going to push it out as fast as they can here, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that right away, kind of just wasting ability, but Enjoy is going to take his time and get Hyzera getting that first pick there, making it a 4v5.
SNHU seem a little bit stranded right now, just trying to figure out exactly where the weak spots are. Caught B Smooth just for a second right there, couldn't finish him off, and that turret will catch him crossing. Forced to fall back. Frank's going to be able to pick up 1. Only 3 players left for Indiana. We're going to see SNHU start to consolidate right here, start to group up. They start to make their way over towards B, which is completely open right now. B Smooth quick on the rotation though, about to peek through this smoke. He's already through. He found 1. He's right on top of Hilton. He's got to be able to take this Agron. Quick on the draw, is able to help out his support, or is able to support his teammate right here. Still not sure where Opted is though. They both have their back towards him. Agron turns around just in time to see him, but Opted already pulled the trigger, put him down. Hilton starting to back up to a more defensive position. The dog pushing up, draws some fire while Frank peeks the angle and takes the second round here for SNHU in this half.
Yeah, SNHU now in a really good spot here, being at 5-9, and having winning the 2 pistol rounds already put them pretty well ahead. I mean,
this is their bonus round. Look at their guns.
That's true. This is their bonus here. I mean, with their credits as well. I mean, they're not as low as Hoosiers is right now. I mean, the only thing they have to worry about is Hilton with a Bulldog. But I mean, like, the Bulldog's the best gun in the game. You don't have to worry about anything really. And being able to have these guns, and you're guaranteed at least a couple of picks before, even if SNHU, I can't talk. If SNHU were going to lose, a couple picks can go down here with the amount of weapons that they have.
That wall coming up just to support Agron. An incredibly offensive angle right there as Hoosiers begin to just try and control these staging areas. This is what makes them such a strong team on defense. What we've seen from them these last 2 maps is just their ability to push forward and hold these offensive areas. It really is a strength of theirs, and definitely takes away a lot of options here from SNHU. A is almost completely off the table now.
Yeah, I mean, they're really playing it slow. Like I was going to mention last round, they're doing what they can do best. Running down that timer, making sure that they can play default and waste these utilities here. But Hoosiers has 2 defenders up near where SNHU is going right now, and it's so scary how close they are right now.
The wall comes down and it's a massacre. 3 dead in Indiana. Just 2 players left. SNHU still 5 strong. They're going to rush onto the site, get this bomb down. The Hoosiers still on rotation. SNHU trying to take these aggressive angles to stop them from pushing too far too fast. They immediately have to set up that buffer zone.
Yeah, now with only 2 players left, they kind of have to push together here. It could be better to just save, and it looks like that's what they're going to do here. With the limited creds that they have, around 300 to 400, that's not enough to buy for the next round, or even, I want to say, the round after that. So keeping these guns is going to be good, especially for Hero Vandals on the next round. So assuming that they stay alive and SNHU doesn't chase them here, they're just going to take their time and not have to worry about anything, really.
Yeah, not even trying to go for exits, just want to play completely safe, a hard save, and this is exactly what the name of the game is right here. Indiana had a great first half, right? SNHU starting to get a little out of control in this half. Indiana recognized that. They say, the last thing we need is for our economy to be bad, right? That is the one thing that we need. Hilton, no, he was just a little too close.
That's crazy, especially after getting that win there. Hilton unfortunately gonna fall to the bomb there, but not a huge dent into the economy. He's still able to buy up, but just not going to be into the thousands like the rest of his team there. In terms of Hoosiers now, they're going to be able to afford the Vandals that they had before. Everybody's going to be able to get those Sheriffs, those heavy pistols, and a light shield, which is not, it's better than all Sheriffs. Having those 2 Vandals is pretty well as well. If anything, I'd probably give a Vandal to Jet, as she is the entrier. She has a dash and a bunch, and she could get some really quick early picks.
The issue is you don't want your entry to go down too early and drop one of your best guns. That is the big deal, which XC enjoy playing very passive here. Indiana are still playing very forward, but they haven't made contact yet. Nami's going to spot both of them there, takes down Simba. Those paint shells already running past those. Indiana caught in this corner right here. Hilton peeks around Enjoy. Completely full flash. Opted's going to find Hilton, but Nami trades that one right back out. Be Smooth, it's right there, though. He's so close. He peeks out, he finds Franck, and SNHU are on the run. Agron's going to be able to secure that flank. It's a 3 versus 1 right now. Just Druff alive. That snakebite goes straight for him. Here he's going to find some shots on the Tizer. He takes him down, but Nami finds his 3rd kill of that round, takes down the Omen. And SNHU 7-9 now, very much making up the difference.
Yeah, the dip onto B there, unfortunately, just had to move his crosshair a little bit more down than you'd normally think to, and SNHU was able to get that round there. Now they are able to have this showstopper out as well, which can only help with the round as well. Right. If Agron is able to get the plant down too, or an elimination, that pit's gonna come out, and it's just gonna, I want to say, almost secures the round, but we have seen plays where the pit does not work either. So I mean, it's really how they're gonna go about this. Druff does have the ultimate as well to figure out where SNHU can be. I mean, the information and the rotation can be always so good on that ultimate as well. But SNHU right now playing pretty split. They've playing, I want to say, playing for like trades here. They've got each other's backs in case anything happens, and Agron's kind of just holding this tight area where the duelists used to push up, and just taking their time.
Yeah, very defensive immediately. Just don't want to let Indiana push too far forward. Want to make sure to punish them if they do get a little bit too antsy, but they're holding their ground perfectly fine. They're not overextending here. They're just playing it safe. Druff has his back to this breakable door right now, just watching both of these areas. Simba very, very close to this wall right now. SNHU aren't doing anything off this, but they will execute the triple peek, or the double peek right there. Both Agron and Nami got to peek through at the same time just to take down Simba and back out. They got one. Now just go back to exactly what they were doing. Clearly it was working. 40 seconds on the clock, though. Got to make up their minds soon. Enjoy on the other side of this tree. Might just be ready for him if they decide to pop this.
30 seconds.
Okay, we are going to see that wall come out as well. He pops the dash, and we do see the showstopper coming out, but Hilton's going to get the pick on him, making sure they can't do any damage at all to the team whatsoever. And Nami is going to have the showstopper, and it's just going to blast it right there with no value, but still able to get bombed down.
Yeah, I think they expected Indiana to really be a lot more on the site. Agron, the timing there. Druff looked away at just the right time. Same with Be Smooth. Just was not ready to take that fight. It's just opted left, and he back walks directly into Nami. A flawless round for SNHU, and they're one away from tying this game up.
Yeah, I mean,
This
what?
is a 9-3.
Yeah, what a comeback. I mean, it's a 9-3 curse, so what can you
Yeah.
say? We are going to see a timeout coming out, and I'm not surprised seeing it come out at all. I mean, SNHU has won, I want to say, 5 rounds in a row.
It is.
I mean-
It has been. They've been getting away with it a little bit. And for Indiana, you got to just slow things down. You got to pause. You got to take a breath and say, "Hey, let's figure this out." Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly, something is not working out quite like it should. And they need to go back to the drawing board a little bit. SNHU, this is their map. They picked this. This is a map they're very familiar with. This is a map they're very good on. So things are really starting to fall into place for them here, which I'm sure has brought a ton of morale back for the team after that first half.
Yeah, I mean, now I really want to see that. I guess the only thing they need to worry about is that. I mean, I feel like most of the they're able to get bombed down, right?
Yeah.
But then the rest of the time they just die to a limbs, right? They're able to get planked down. I want to say almost every single round, so they're able to push in. But Hoosiers just can't hold them enough to get these eliminations because whenever they swing, I mean, SNHU has been able to just get those headshots, and then Hoosiers can't do anything about it.
Right. We'll see now as the timeout ends. Indiana hoping to strike back a little bit harder, but they don't exactly have the tools to do the job right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, right now it looks like they're gonna be running on pistols here. They're not gonna have too much. It looks like maybe full utility though, so that could always be something in terms of a possible pick or maybe just information at all. But we are gonna see Enjoy pop at the knives and head out fast into Nami here with the Phantom is gonna knock both of them down, stopping that push right away. And I mean, now it's just a 3v5. I don't know what that timeout was about, but it's a 3v5 now. I don't know if that was the best play, running into full Vandals and Phantoms, but I mean, now they're in a tricky position.
Just trying to, gamble on that. Like, hey, surely they won't be watching this. Surely maybe one of them will be close to the corner. We can catch them off guard, but just didn't quite work out for him there. And Agron now taking a very forward angle here. This is a deep lurk right here. SNHU have already moved around to the other side of the map. He's looking to try and catch out Druff here in the spawn, and looks like he will actually peek into him, and Druff ends up winning that fight. B-Smooth gonna win one of his own, takes down Tyzera, and Nami trades them out. 3 kills again so far. Indiana down to their last 2.
One enemy remaining.
Nami with the 4-piece there could have possibly be a 5-piece
no.
and gets that ace right off the bat, making it 9-9, tying things up.
All right, that's 3 aces tonight so far. It's it's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath.
It really is. If we look at the scoreboard right now, I mean, we're seeing most of these rounds are just solely elimination. They're not by plan. They're not by they're not most of them are by defuse or explosion, but elimination. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing a lot of ultimates, a lot of abilities, and a lot of aggression. That's where we're seeing all this come out from. And we also are going to see the operator come out from
First
Enjoy
one of the
as
night,
well.
I believe. I don't think we've seen one so far. Both these teams have played so aggressive.
Done. No more A's for Nami the second round there. That first was the highlight for him there, and Joy is going to put a stop to that right away. But also having no shield is going to be a disadvantage for him as well. But I mean, with the operator, again, on these long sites, it's safe to say that I think this was a right buy for Enjoy here, not to mention with the jet dash as well.
SNHU starting to make their way up, have a 2-2 split right here, trying to just hold B and A at the same time, see if anyone wants to push forward, take the bait a little bit. Some utility going through to scout out B, which is where the spike is. Enjoy gonna pop the op over there on A. Call's gonna go out and maybe makes the attackers on B feel a little bit more comfortable, but Enjoy is already repositioned over. The divide comes out, forces Enjoy to play much closer to this corner. He's not able to get the flick onto Tyzera. His position has been given away, and immediately you're going to see SNHU try and move up to this very close territory here, and they're just running right in, but Simba playing the anti-flash is able to find 2. Tyzera holds his ground though, takes down Opted. It's a 2 versus 4 though. Spike is in there?
Oh, they were drop Spike in there, and the paranoia comes out as well. They just have to push it, and it's so dangerous here, having to hold this with 2 Vandals and an operator, but it's gone. It's done just like that. I didn't even think that the spike was there. That was a good call by you. I didn't even see
I saw him push up, and I was like, that was surely enough time to get the spike down, right? Like
that's what I thought.
that was, oof, that is rough. That is a rough end to that round right there. It's going to give Indiana the lead by 1 point. Again, they're going to hold on to their guns, obviously. But more importantly, Indiana have a lot of ultimates to work with.
Yeah, this is going to be a game that's pretty much, I want to say neck and neck. It's going to be one kill out. It's going to be one round after the other there. Again, like you said, having a lot of ultimates here can be really good. The Seekers going to be able to get that information, and the Showstopper to be paired with that, just going to help figure out where they are and then just explode them all up right away there. But SNHU, I'm really wondering what they're going to do here, especially with this operator. It's going to be so hard to peek angles here, and just I mean, you got to be at least a little scared to peek what you got to do. And Enjoy here is not going to get that kill on Tyzera, but is going to let them know that the operator is on B.
Nami pushing forward, already has himself wedged in right here. The Showstopper coming out. He's going to be able to get a little bit of self-sacrifice right there. Finds the trade for himself. Takes down one of the defenders. Flash comes out. That's a big flash too, but they did have some people who weren't just holding that down. See, Indiana, they're not baiting. They're not falling for the bait. They're not rotating. They're just holding their ground, but the moment they start to break in, you immediately start to see movement happen. And Hilton already wedged in here, does see a defender, but not quite able to follow up there. Hilton gonna take down Optic. Finally, Enjoy fires, takes that shot. Oh, Simba gonna go down, or Simba takes down Tyzera right there, and it's just down to Frank, who is gonna be able to push up and take down Simba. Those paint shells are doing so much damage to him, just 13 health left, and a Dream, and a Spike. Oh, it's not quite in his control. Not much you can do about that right there. Hoosiers at 11 points right now to SNHU's 9. SNHU had a pretty uncontested win streak up until this point. That timeout might have given Indiana a little bit of insight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit confusing on what they were doing on the round of the timeout, running up there with the knives here. But at that operator by as Jet, I mean, I'm surprised we haven't seen it sooner. I mean, I mean that's like a. I don't want to.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic. Yeah, it's what it is. It's been like that in the beginning of the game, and it's like that later on in this game. But playing in the same.
I'm a little surprised that SNHU haven't called a timeout yet. Yeah. Because they were in a really good spot, but that was a leg shot too. He doesn't get punished for re-peeking again.
But they are able to heal that up as well with the Sky. With the Sky
not going to get the armor back though.
Yeah, so it is going to be a little bit of a painful hit there, but still going to be able to back up or be back up at 100 and be at that safe level. Although if he does get legged again, that is going to be a kill right off the bat. But SNHU, it doesn't look like it's going to stop. It's going to stop their momentum.
No.
What? Enjoy. I may have spoke too soon. It's just going to stop Agrin right there, but they're going to keep pushing on onto A here. It's not that operator is not stopping them.
Seekers coming out, trying to reveal Indiana's positions. We'll be able to get some info there. Hilton picks up a kill on the Opted. Beast Move pushing in, takes down Tyzera. Nami trades it out. Enjoy caught in a weird spot right now, and now with SNHU very, very close. Right on top of him, practically. Nami starting to push up here, going very aggressive, get some shots onto Enjoy. Druff tries to push up to continue the fire, but Hilton gonna be able to push up, take him out. Enjoy goes down, just one player left. It's just Simba. He's got utility to work with, but Spike's not down.
That's right. He has enough time to really go wherever he wants to, making it a 1v3. He can get these picks, isolate these 1v1, but it's just only able to get one on Hilton there and making Nami at 10
That
health.
was scarily close.
It really was, because like I said, you can isolate those 1v1s there, and you can just master those kills. I mean, if you're able to just isolate those guys, you can just headshot after headshot after headshot and win that round immediately there. But SNHU now only being one round behind here, things are getting really, really close and could possibly, I want to say possibly, go into overtime here. But it looks like Hoosier doesn't want to do that because they're buying up. You know what I mean? They want to.
Enjoy still on the op here. This has been a very deadly force since it was introduced here. He's not going to push too far forward with that. Really hasn't been using the dash too aggressively. Mostly just been using it when he needs to try and like break into a certain point or cross the sight line. Hasn't really been peeking off angles with the dash active and then backing up.
Yeah, the dash, it's so good. I mean, it can get you out of dangerous situations here. The only issue is that you can't push up with it as fast as you could anymore because now it takes longer for your weapon to get pulled out. So now it's more used as a defensive thing, you know, a retreat. So that's why we've been seeing so much with the operator as well. But I'm kind of confused on where SNHU really wants to push out here. I'm wondering if they're gonna go for a fake or if they're gonna go for something else. We see the bomb all the way back in spawn here, now finally making its way towards a mound. And the other teammates are still on the A side. You know, they're not making a full.
They're not
commit.
taking any space. They're just backing up.
It's a little weird seeing what their play exactly here because I want to say it's almost. Oh, you know what they're doing? They're going for a fake. That's what they're doing. They're doing a double fake here. They're getting that lockdown down on C and then making noise on A can only make them think that they're going to be pushing A when they're really pushing C.
Yeah, and the SNHU already starting to flood into the site. You see Indiana maybe not completely convinced yet, but the spike's starting to go down. Hilton finds a double kill. It's just 2 players left on Indiana. Flash goes through. Agron eats it, but not going to be able to push up into Indiana yet. Spike's down on C.
I wonder if they realize that because they're on.
I think they're just saving.
That could be the move. I mean, they did buy up, so I mean, they have to play back here. I mean, there's no way they can win this, especially with the utility down and with all the angles and the 5 people that they have to come across. It's best to just save here.
Yeah, just hold back. You have the op. You don't want to give that up. Just continue to play safe, and then the score will be 11-11, right?
Yeah.
Just one more round until you're secure. You're on the home stretch to overtime. For Hoosiers, just play slow. But Hilton is looking to make it hurt right now and try and rub some salt into the wound as they start to hunt them down. They know utility's coming their way, so they are aware. But no one's gonna go down. Timer runs out. Everyone's back home safe. And look at Indiana's economy. That save might have been way more necessary than we realized.
Oh yeah, I mean we're seeing a possible judge come out as well. It's if there's any shotgun whatsoever, you're ecoing. All right, you can't do that full buy whatsoever here. But that play from SNHU, I don't think we've seen a lot of fakes, but I don't believe we've seen that exact play before. They're having the lockdown out, the noise on the way on the other side of the map, and then pushing back onto the original site. I don't believe we've seen that, and that was a really smart play coming out from SNHU.
SNHU once again playing slow, but they start to make their way over towards a lobby here. Indiana very much skewed towards the west side of the map. C and B mainly where they're occupying here. Tyzer with a very aggressive hold, but he's walking right into a judge. The timing though, Simba backs up.
Crazy. The timing that Tyzera has is crazy. Here, Nami as well, gonna get a pick, Opted, gonna get Agron, making it 3v4, and they're pushing out here. They don't even have bomb down yet.
A lot of utility spent though, just to get onto site. It might be a little bit difficult to try and hold here. Opted going down. Oh, they catch him with his knife out. Opted finds that headshot right here, and now he is in a very, very difficult position for SNHU, who just have to try and hold this. But Enjoy pushing up with the op. He's looking to try and barrel stuff someone, and it works. Now looking for the peek onto Tyzer. This is such a difficult play to make. Just one player on Indiana left. He is going to take down Franck. Now pushing up into Tyzera. This is such a scary duel, but Ty takes it. SNHU lock it in 12-11. They are home free to overtime. They just have to hold on one more round. If Indiana take this, then suddenly we are in a very scary position with these teams going at it in overtime.
But it's going to be so hard for them to take it here. I mean, their economy right now, it's not the worst, but we've seen worse here with having only one Vandal and a couple of SMGs here. It's going to be a little difficult, but Enjoy does have his knives. So if he's just able to headshot all of them, get his knives back, and then constantly do that like 5 more times, it's going to be hard.
SNHU again, once again, just playing the sort of default position they've been doing the last few times. Scaring to see these people grouping up with the showstopper on deck for SNHU. Could be a big problem, but really only Seekers also up to worry about. Not a ton of ultimates that they can really throw out to force a complete shift in the game. Showstopper might be able to get a few picks, but really gotta be relying on positioning for that. Enjoy could be in a weird spot right now. The showstopper going out, it misses. Hilton takes down Enjoy though. 2 ultimates off the board right now. Indiana still 4 strong. Off to trying to fall back in time. He just has that Guardian. Not quite able to find the kills he needs. Sizera and Nami open up 2 more. Just 2 players left for Indiana. Hilton's getting the spike planted. This is a clutch situation if you've ever seen one to save the game to bring into overtime. Indiana needs to take a 2 versus 5. They cannot save this one. They've got utility to work with, though. Simba just 1 kill away from that showstopper. If he's able to find it, that could be scary, but he's down to 2 health. Not dead yet, though.
Yeah, Beastsmooth really taking their time with the rotate here, but the snake bite coming out from Agron is gonna get that kill, now making it a 1v5 and Lele has a stinger. There's so much where you can do. He can't do much though. He tries to get the kill, but Frank is just gonna get the headshot and make it.
How
this
perfect
round.
is that? A team ace to close out the game like that. It just took the team uniting as a whole like that. What an incredible comeback there from SNHU. I think what we're seeing here is just 2 teams that are very offense-sided, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
that's
what we're
sweeping
seeing
in their halves. But SNHU were able to just take it ahead there. They figured out Hoosiers' playbook right there and really just ran away with that half completely. What a strong showing right there. But we're not done yet. SNHU bring it back 1-1. There's 1 game left, the decider, to close out this set. After this break, we'll be back in a few minutes. Hello and welcome back to SNHU Esports, where you go into our third game of the night, the tiebreaker, SNHU Blue versus Indiana University Hoosiers. Right back and forth these last two games. Go ahead and hop into Agent Select here for our third map. The decider is Ascent. So already, I mean, both these teams incredibly offense-sided.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen so much from both teams here. I mean, the amount of aces we've seen, the rounds winning, not even by bomb or defuse or anything, just by elimination solely. That's what most of our rounds have been here. And this comp that we're seeing so far right now, we're actually gonna see Nami with the Jet here. And possibly another one, a mirror pick with Simba here with another Jet. And what's the key difference here? Is this a mirror? This is an exact mirror matchup?
It's
is that
looking
right?
like, yeah, I'm connecting the dots between both sides, and it's looking like both teams have the same characters, in fact.
So, I mean, I think we've seen that so many times before on Ascent, actually. But
oh yeah, Ascent is one of those maps where you do kind of run a very standard composition, and this is actually one of the few maps where you still get to see KO, which is always really fun.
yeah, I mean, KO, you don't, like you said, you don't really see him much, but when you do, he's always fun to play because when his abilities come out, you have to rely solely on aim. You can't use your abilities. Yeah. It's really what makes Valorant. You know what I mean? There's those times where, like, you know, abilities can do damage and stuff, but you have to think about when you have to rely on your aim. That's what you gotta do.
Right. And before we get started off with this first one, I do want to remind everyone on our B stream, we have got some League of Legends going right now. Twitch.tv/SNHU Esports B. SNHU versus Farmingdale State is going into its second game in just a few minutes, if not already. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in some League of Legends. But let's go ahead and get started off here. Game number 3 kicking into gear as SNHU and the Indiana University Hoosiers look to try and close out this set.
Yeah, all right, starting things off kind of slow here. SNHU taking their time with the attack. I mean, that's what we've seen always here. But Frank has that recon out, just waiting for any defenders to possibly push out here. But again, really taking their time, not making a direct push on where they really want to go. They were stacked near A, but now it looks like they're making their way over towards B here. And in terms of for Hoosiers right now, none of them are moving. They see, you know, Simba's right now. He's you know, jiggle peeking mid there. But overall, the defenders are staying in their spots.
This really aggressive turret's going to let it's going to let Indiana know the moment that someone from SNHU peeks out into this hallway. Not much they can really do to avoid that information being given. Will sacrifice that turret, but as they go ahead and peek, it's taken out. The swarm grenade gets popped before the silence goes out. Nami breaking into the site, gonna get that door closed. Gonna pop Enjoy in the face right there. Druff stuck on site, full flash as well, just mowed down as Agron and Hilton turn around the corner onto him. Just 3 players from Indiana left. They're trying to break in right here. Simba can't quite find that kill. Beats Move to be able to trade that one out, but Agron and Tizera close it out. SNHU take the pistol round.
Yeah, being able to get that round there is always gonna be good for at least the second round after. Having the confidence with the buy up here, seeing that Guardian, the Bulldog, and just SMGs overall here. It's just a strong boost into the first game already here. And now, I mean, like always, Vizier has to work around that. But since, like we discussed before, both teams are gonna be super they're both attacker friendly. Is that what I'm going for? They're attacker sided. You know, their dominant side is on the attacking. So I wonder if on the defense right now they're gonna start. I wonder they were gonna push up, but it looks like they're already pushing up. They read my mind here as they start to kind of push up near Agron and Hilton here. Whoa. Dangerous play, is able to get that pick on him, but Agron is able to trade him right out. Opted is gonna fall to Agron once again, making it a 3v4.
Beast Move pushing up. The Jiggle Peek caught him out. It was super close. The call has been made. Frank gonna peek around the corner with that Bulldog to take him out. Just 2 players left on Indiana. It's a 2 versus 4. SNHU just have to decide on a site. They have to actually close in somewhere. And most of the team's going over towards B. Frank just has to try and catch up here. And it's a fortunate rotation here because Indiana has already made the call to go to A.
Yeah, I mean, and once you have a pick down near A there, you're gonna assume that they're gonna push there. But I mean, SNHU, again, taking their time here, going towards B, rushing out here, and Enjoy kind of stuck back in the CT area, and their Sova has to rotate pretty soon here because they're going to get bombed down.
Yeah, they're already entrenched in this site, but they need to push up a little bit and take some of these aggressive angles, which you'll see Agrin and you'll see Tizera doing. They hold these side alleyways. Druff not going to get hit by that shock dart. Second one coming through, both shock darts down. They make that call, and they know that there's no more poke coming. That turret going down, just to see if anyone decides to poke a little bit too forward here. A big paranoia, but not going to quite hit Enjoy. They start to take some space here as they move up to the boathouse. It's going to be difficult for SNHU to actually exit out of this situation when the moment arises. Enjoy trying to peek through, will go down. Nami finding that headshot, just drop. Oh, double kill! The collat! But Tizera puts him right back down. Still, what a crazy shot!
Yeah, it was a little bit of a weird play there, kind of rushing up all at once, especially after one player falls. I know it's only one person remaining, but lining up like that is crazy. I mean, all you have to really do is just hit one shot and get two right off the bat there. But luckily, it did not set them back pretty far there. The only thing it did do is really just run them absolutely dry there. We're already seeing 3 players of SNHU having 0 creds total there. So as long as they're able to just hit the headshots, it shouldn't really matter much. But they're still in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, SNHU playing back once again, not too aggressive, just waiting for Indiana to make the first move here, which they have been coming out on top. We're sort of relying on this strategy a good bit. So we'll see Nami start to move up and set up this crossfire. The idea is that Indiana have already tried to take this space and therefore would be vulnerable to that. That drone pushing up, though, did see B-Smooth, didn't tag him with the dart. Pushes through again, confirms his position. Got a glimpse of Hilton right there. Gonna just try and molly that off. Hilton stuck in that position. They see Nami too. B-Smooth suddenly getting overwhelmed. Seen a lot of players from Indiana start to group up here. The dart cover gonna potentially allow players to cross. But the fact that they're not is still very, very threatening right here. You see B-Smooth just holding up so close. They still know he's there because of that knife that was able to pick him out, suppress him through the wall. No kills yet. SNHU have a player very low. About to run up into Enjoy. He's able to find one, backs up, makes the call. There's more on the way. Indiana scrambling to be able to get there in time while SNHU try and break through the main. Gonna be pretty difficult though, that smoke blocking them off. They've got control of the spike still, but it's in the staging area. Coming through, they take down Enjoy. Nami picking up that kill. It's just one player left on B. Just drop backside. Nami able to take his head off. 3 players left on Indiana. Still trying to get there in time. They'll be playing for the retake. SNHU spiked down.
They're really taking their time with the rotate here, making sure that everybody's pushing in at the same time and making sure they're able to get trades if they need to. We are going to see Frank being in the kind of corridor here where B main is, kind of just hiding back there and could get a possible flank, but Agrin in Boathouse, and it's just so scary of what could happen right now. Opted will get one, B-Smooth getting another, and Agrin take him out. B-Smooth getting one more again, and Frank gonna put B-Smooth down once more. Will get the kill right there, making it the 3rd round for SNHU.
It's really lucky timing right there. He peeked the corner with his gun out, but he managed to catch Simba while he was still defusing the bomb. So it didn't quite matter that much, but SNHU take that 3rd round, and that is going to upset the economy a little bit. Things from here on out are no longer as forecasted. Indiana still saving on round 4 is not what you want to see. SNHU still holding on to their guns, still holding on strong. Indiana are going to have to try and recover their economy for a few rounds more.
Yeah, I mean, when you're stuck with those pistols, you kind of either have to run it down fast or play super sneaky here. So it really depends on what they're going to do and how they're going to play. But SNHU so far has been cruising down for Ascent, making it, like you said, this is the 4th round. So economy super stretched out here, not in the best spot where you really want to see. But right now, the defenders, they're kind of really bunched up together. If one goes down, they have each other to trade each other out. But at the same time, that's also bad because you're leaving a lot of big sites open right now. And Frank is going to get some information on where they may be hiding right now. And SNHU is still being very cautious. They're not letting the fact that they have knives get that to their heads there. They're pretending like they have Vandals, they have Phantoms, and they're playing this together and being able to trade each other out in case anything happens here. This knife could be huge in terms of information. Gonna get a lot of idea where they are. All gonna be Nami gonna start the round off by getting 1 pick.
Ooh. Frank picks up another one right there. SNHU have broken into the site. Indiana still 3 strong. Spike going down for SNHU and planted timer ticking for Indiana. Still not on site yet, working to try and push up here. Opta trying to make his way through tree. Nami holding that down, but running out of health. Hilton on the crossfire, gonna be able to take down Opta. Drop falls to Agron. Just one player left. It's Enjoy sneaking up their tree, picks up a gun, but Frank doesn't give him the chance to use it. Puts them down. SNHU survive the round with 4 alive, 4-0.
Yeah, now, I mean, they're continuing the snowball here. SNHU doing pretty well. We are going to see Simba come out with the operator here, the classic jet operator that we've seen on Lotus. We are going to see again here on Ascent. Just different play. No, Simba didn't run jet last game. Who was it? It was Enjoy. Enjoy was on jet. Just different players here. So I wonder if they're able to just play it the same. I mean, there's nothing that they should really worry about here. But Simba gonna be towards A here, and I think he has the read right because SNHU, they always start off the round near A main or top A. Just trying to figure out if there's anybody gonna push out through A and see if they can get a quick pick here. But Simba is gonna get this. He's gonna get a huge swing here if he is able to get. If he's able to line it up correctly.
His dash is running out though. It's got to be gone by now. He can't go for that big swing anymore.
True. He kind of stayed back in that corner and just wait for the right time, and that's exactly what he did, getting that kill on Hilton there and already making SNHU a player down.
And now he's holding that second angle once again. SNHU should know that that op is looking right there. That drone is going to come through to spot him out. He's going to back up before they have the chance to push forward onto him. Nami already making their way up. They catch him walking. Simba now stuck behind that cloudburst. Does give him a little bit of room to move though, but SNHU have already started to make their way right back out. Be Smooth might be a wedge in the plans. Not if Agron has anything to say about it, immediately striking him down. SNHU still 4 strong, making the rotation over towards B. Indiana still holding 2 on each site. Not budging yet.
Ty is seen by that recon there. Going to be able to get some information on where some team may be. We are going to see the knives pop out from their jet as well. And it's come out. Nami's going to get 2 picks right off the bat here and already going to clear sight.
Yeah, Spike going down, Opta trying to run through, but it's straight into a firing squad. Only 1 left for Indiana. And Simba, he's just going to be sitting all the way over here. There's no way he's taking that 1 versus 4 retake with an op. So he is just going to hold back. He's going to hold on to it. Maybe go for a little bit of aggressive angle if someone decides to push into spawn. If Frank decides to wander into spawn, he might end up with a sniper bullet in his chest. But they spotted him out.
It's so scary. I mean, he's on 34 HP. They've got to push him. If they're going to push him, they got to push him hard. We are going to see the jet line up right now, and Nami is going to get the headshot on him right there, leaving the operator behind. They do not need it whatsoever here. 0-5, SNHU taking the lead.
Yeah, really strong start to this half right now. As we're about halfway through, Indiana still struggling for money, still trying to put something together, and really only going to be able to get sheriffs this round.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's happening right now. SNHU really taking the streak. I believe when Hoosiers had it last time, it was kind of the similar thing that we were saying, only on SNHU's side. You know, they were able to force up or get high enough guns 1 round, but then they're stuck with pistols or possibly even an SMG for the next 2. So that's what they're doing right now. But Nami is not giving me any time to talk here, and already pushing out onto site. Frank is gonna get Simba right off the bat, and Be Smooth getting Frank. Nami having his back though.
That's Spike going down soon. Hilton trying to get it out. Opted will be able to find Agron. Nami trades it right on back though. Enjoy trying to peek, but not going to be able. Has to fall back here. Has to maybe try and push up. Running low on ammo. A lot of spray going through the floor right there. SNHU 3 strong versus Indiana's 2. Off-site, without money, without guns. Managed to pick up I think that's an Odin though. That's pretty nice. Maybe an Ares. Not quite sure where he got that.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he got it either, but the Ares either way is incredibly strong for shooting through those walls there. Hilton is going to get Enjoy there and drop as well. I think that's what I mentioned before last time we were playing Ascent. The Odin and Silva combo go insane.
It's cheesy. It's the cheese, right?
It really is.
You recon dart someone through the wall and then you spray him through with the Odin or the Ares. It is the Sova cheese. It's
That's how you play it on Ascent, with a map literally made out of paper, with everything being wall bangable. I mean, with Sova, you got the recon, you got the silhouette of them. I mean, you shoot them right through with the Odin, they're dead.
It's a little silly. It's a little silly, but hey, it works. It works sometimes. If you get tagged by that recon dart and you are in the wrong spot, there's nothing you can do about it.
There really isn't.
But for Indiana, this is a great timeout once again. They've been making good use of their timeouts so far. Just trying to stabilize a little bit. I think it's the last 6 rounds have gone towards SNHU.
Yeah.
So it is definitely starting to get away from them here in this half. They need to make sure that they don't end this half with this pattern going forward here, because if they aren't able to find any value all half, that is disastrous when they finally get the chance to swap sides. Maybe they're thinking like, okay, hey, we can play defense. Defense might not be our strongest side. We can try and go for the attack afterwards, but if they can't make it to the attack, if they make it to the attack and the scoreline's 12-0, the attack's a bust. It's just not going to work. So they need to start stabilizing here. They've got the tools to do so. They've got the ultimates on board. They just need to kind of get their head around what SNHU were doing, and hopefully that timeout gave them the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, they do have the operator again to get those quick picks as well, and not to mention the old pool that they have right now is insane. They have the Sova ultimate, they have the KO ultimate as well to shut down any ability uses whatsoever. And I also did see, I believe, Frank with the Odin as well, just adding more cheese to the map already. Even on attack, Sova can still use that Odin and spray right through mid there, but like I said before, having these ultimates can be super strong, because I mean, it's a jet ultimate, that's self-fragger, but I mean the rest of the ultimates are gonna be with they're gonna be used with the team there, and they are gonna get a little bit of taste of where Simba is, and they're just not gonna push into it. They know he has the operator, and they're just not gonna fall into that trap.
SNHU pretty spread right now. Seems like they might be pivoting over towards B side. The spike moving in that direction, but they still got lurkers by A. They don't want to give up that territory. They don't want Indiana to be able to just walk up, take that space, and stop them from getting A for the rest of the game. So they're just going to hold on. They're going to try and make some noise over here. They're going to put some utility down, make them second guess it. We put a little bit of disinformation out there, but Simba finds the snipe. Hilton is downed, and he's going to be left to bleed out.
Hey, they can't do anything about that. No jet revive me's happening there. They all gotta push out onto B right now. Druff and Enjoy holding it down, and the Odin comes out getting that kill. Enjoy getting Prong, punishing him for his actions with the Odin there, and Tyzera also gonna put him down as well, and just able to get bombed down.
Yeah, just in time right there. Indiana's still too strong versus SNHU's 2. Gonna try and start to push in here. Simba has that blade ready. Gonna try and push up, but he needs to make sure he's looking at where Ty's coming from. We'll see now as SNHU regroup towards this other angle. They're gonna let Indiana have that catwalk, and they're going to take down B Smooth in the process. It's just Simba, but he is on the bomb right now. They're going to try and spray through onto it. They're going to tag him once, but he's got the bomb half defused right now. A nice headshot. It's going to catch Simba in the air. Now 7-0. SNHU still holding on to that lead.
Yeah, I mean, what a lead in general. I mean, 7-0 is absolutely crazy. Again, we are seeing them being on the attack. They are an attacker-dominant team, as well as Hoosiers. So it's just it's a little difficult seeing how the defense is going for them so far. It's not that good, but Enjoy does have the lockdown, being able to hold off a site there. But the economy is so low. There's no point in really using it if you don't have the guns to back yourself up.
Indiana now playing very forward, trying to just play without fear here. As they start to take control of mid. Start to push forward here. They are going to be able to take down that turret. Sim's going to take a lot of damage in the process. Could potentially hurt him in some fights later on. But we'll see. Indiana have got 4 ultimates strong, so while they might not have the weaponry necessarily... Oh, never mind. Tyzera takes down Druff. Joy's going to be able to trade that one out. Both teams now down a player, but Nami's not going to let Enjoy get that gun upgrade. He's not going to let B Smooth walk out into mid. Simba will spray him down straight through that smoke. So with only 2 players left and a gun disadvantage, Indiana seem a little bit pressed for options here. So SNHU starts to rotate on over towards a Spike, making their way inside. Seems like they have an idea where Simba is, but opted, and Simba on the crossfire. Take down two at the same time, and suddenly Simba just turned around. Never mind, Frank with the Odin sprays straight through. Simba down. The lengthy reload leaves him open, though.
The cheese, the amount of cheese I've seen from that round there. The first round, however, going to Hoosiers, things are finally switching up, going in their favor there. But Frank being able to get one with the Odin and to get that kill, but the Guardian that he had was just able to 3-tap him and end the streak for SNHU right then and there. But
do you see the second Odin that has entered the game?
this is the second Odin, yeah, because he lost the first one when he died. So
Well,
Frank.
Druff and
I didn't
Frank.
even see that. I mean, they're both Silvas. The Silva's on a paper map.
That's
What
true.
you gonna
That's
do?
true.
You have to play Odin there. You're gonna see him spray right through B. Unfortunately for him, no one is gonna be there to really get any value off of that. But Nami is gonna be the only one who's gonna fall to Simba's operator.
That's Nami down. 4 left for SNHU. They haven't decided on a site yet. They haven't even had the chance to peek one. Starting to make their way over towards A lobby, though. Gonna try and maybe push up over here. They know that the off was at B. They can guess that it's probably en route to A. But they don't know.
That drone is going to get so much information as well in terms of defenders. They do see B-Smooth there. They're going to try and spray at him, but he's gone. He's far gone.
They don't know about the off, though.
That's true. Simba has rotated over, but that Molly is just going to do so much damage, leaving them behind and not going to be able to push out right away, as well as the recon. He does not want to get spotted here, but the ultimate, the Hunter's Fury will, and Drop countering that with his own Hunter's Fury is going to get his own information.
I don't know if he was able to hit anyone there. He might have been able to attack Ty, but I didn't see too much else. And with both of those Sova ults out of the picture, the lockdowns are coming out, okay? It is gloves off at the moment. Indiana have popped theirs. SNHU,
please have the lineup.
no way to deal with it. B-Smooth takes down Tyzera right there. Takes down Hilton as well on that one-way. Frank gonna try and push back up, but SNHU is forced so far off site after they use that ultimate.
Oh, the spray.
Ooh.
The spray and the Vandal picks coming out from both teams there. I mean, Hoosiers was able to get the win on that round, but I was really hoping for their Killjoy to have a lineup in that little cubby there, and then Frank would just get destroyed because he would have to push out onto main no matter what. But it worked out in their way. Either way, it worked out there, and we actually. We're gonna see Drop with the Odin again, and Frank with another Odin. I mean, if you're able to afford it, why not, right?
Yeah.
Well, why not buy it? But we're seeing Nami with an operator right now.
Yeah, both teams have got
attack.
an operator. They seem to have been pretty convinced by Simba's usage of it so far. Indiana took the last 2 rounds in a row, so definitely a little bit of cause for concern for SNHU. Still, I mean, nothing crazy yet. You expect your opponent to get a few rounds, but after an undefeated streak, you do have to kind of worry about where those rounds are coming from.
Look at that Odin off that we just had as well. Druff took so much damage to Frank's Odin there, and he's continuously spraying there. But those shock dart lineups are also just as scary here. Ty is gonna fall to enjoy though the turret with the peak there. It's an unfortunate play, but Nami is gonna have the knives out. Is gonna get Druff right there, but Enjoy is gonna headshot him and put him right back down.
Only 3 players left for SNHU. Got control of Spike still in mid. Did spot B-Smooth, and B-Smooth is going to make the call that he saw the spike in mid. Hilton pushing very far forward with this, and that's Spike down so far forward. Agron completely blinded. Last player standing does not have control. Spike has to try and go for it. B-Smooth not expecting to come up from that side angle. A very sloppy fight, and Enjoy able to find that long shot onto Agron. His 4th kill of that round. Indiana coming back in a strong form right here, starting to get their money up. And we're seeing a timeout. First one from SNHU.
Yeah, I mean, they had their heavy streak going here, but then when they all of a sudden start to switch up and things are starting to go their way, they start to have that 3-kill win streak there. You're gonna want to time out. You're gonna think about what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, because we saw Odin's and operator buys from both teams there, and only Hoosiers has been able to use them, I want to say correctly, or use them right to win the round.
I'd say so. We've seen Franck using on SNHU. He's been spraying through some walls sometimes. I think that the Odin memery is maybe getting a little out of hand.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe time to rein things in a little bit more.
Yeah.
And just play some good old Valorant, right? Just hunker down, play the game the way you're supposed to play it, and just try and kind of stick to the playbook, right? Because once we see both teams pick up the Odin, then you're like, okay, well, they're just kind of having some fun, right? Which is all good, but you don't want to let these rounds get away from you, especially near the end of the half. Indiana, I mean, SNHU are so close to just getting this half done with on an amazing scoreline. They just need to close it out, and they don't really have the money to do so.
Yeah, they're running on Guardians and Sheriffs right now, and the Light Shield, I mean, you're always going to have Light Shield on any eco buy whatsoever, but Hoosiers is going to have those full Vandals and the Operator as well to work with. I mean, when you're a defender, you're just waiting for them to walk into your line of sight, and that's what the Operator is great for, so they're going to keep that there, and SNHU, they have to work with what they got. They got the blinds, and they have the ability to run in there, but that just may not be the best course of action with low-level guns.
Yeah, SNHU starting to make their way into mid, just trying to contest it. Not looking to take control of it too much, just mostly looking to cover their flank, make sure Indiana aren't getting control of it. I think that's a pretty smart play. Same thing with B lobby as well, just every so often peeking out to make sure that Indiana isn't getting a little too aggressive. And so far, Indiana is perfectly content to just sit back. B-Smooth starting to make his way a little bit up through mid. SNHU starting to back out now. Calls come out. Maybe start to rotate over towards B.
Yeah, they're kind of, again, really taking their time. Tyzera could get something there, but the Bulldog, the body shot just does not do enough damage for it to be huge there. Was able to knock off some shield, but unfortunately was just not able to get that headshot right off the bat. But they have to push up into B now. The time is running out. There's no other option. They cannot go to A, and Nami's just running in there, dashing in there, and Druff is going to stop him.
It is going to be a slaughter here as SNHU try and break in. They find 2 kills. Indiana still 3 strong, but they need to get control of the spike. They need to start to run in. Optic's going to take down Franck. Hilton trades an Alpo. Simba finally arrives, lands that sniper shot. Indiana going to get their 4th round right here, 4-7. And if you told me this round could potentially end, or if you told me that this half could end potentially at 5-7, I would have called you crazy. SNHU were on a completely uncontested win streak there. One good timeout, and Indiana have almost completely regained their composure, and that is exactly what you want to see out of a timeout.
Yeah, out of a timeout, whenever your weakness is falling, you want that built up within the minute, and they were able to do that there. So now with this being the last round, they got to put everything they've got into it, and Franck is not going to stop with the Odin plays there. He's going to continue to keep using that and use it to his advantage there. And SNHU, they have to play, I want to say they have to play so slow, because when they have to be aggro, get that aggression, sometimes it's too late, you know what I mean? So you got to really think about where you want to go. You saw B-Smooth peek through mid again. There's a chance that he may do that again, but since it is the last round, the movement, the way you're playing, it's a lot tighter, you know, it's not as loose as it is compared to other rounds. So you really have to think about where you're going to go, where the defenders are, and where they played before and how they've played before, because at the end of the day, this is big. I mean, if 5-7 or 4-8, those are big, those are pretty big changes, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is quite a notable shift in performance here from Indiana. B-Smooth pushing forward just a little bit here, not quite far enough to make contact with SNHU though. Looks like they will get a little bit of a view down into B lobby, but they need to actually get a proper sight. And looks like they might have an angle, but SNHU are already starting to break in here. A lot of utility coming out. That lockdown finally ticking down. About to force Indiana out. Oh, Druff in the back corner. They knew he had to be in that back corner. It was the only safe place on site from that lockdown. Frank now in the back, but gets right through the boathouse. That thing's paper for everyone, not just for the Odin. Simba starting to push up here with the off, makes the call that he saw Hilton. Hilton can't stay behind that. He has to start moving off that as his back to the rest of SNHU, trying to push up, trying to control space right here. Will be able to take down Nami. SNHU getting picked off, 3 down. It's all down to Hilton, and that off finally comes around the corner to claim him here. The round ends 5-7. An incredible step up from Indiana to even things up. Not all the way, but close enough, definitely enough to make an impact.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 6-6, but 5-7 is still close enough to where you can quote-unquote call it 6-6.
Yeah.
And you're at that point where if you win the pistol, you're tied up right back to 7-7. And if you don't, you're still not. 5-9 is not a bad spot at all. We saw that last round coming from SNHU, being able to work their way up. Who says the Indiana can't do that either?
Right.
Either.
It's really going to come down to this pistol round, right? It's going to define so much of the tempo in this half. Both these teams are close enough that this pistol round could realistically make a huge impact on which team is skewed to win this. If SNHU takes this, like you said, it's suddenly 9-5. If Indiana take this, then suddenly it's 7-7 and things are completely tied up. And Indiana already kind of have the momentum going forward. They're playing great. They're getting that morale back. They're focusing up. SNHU, they need to hold their ground and continue to play the way they have been. And Nami starting off on a good note right there, taking down Simba. Gotta worry about this Killjoy, though, and Joy very close, getting sprayed through the smoke. You can't take another shot like that, or you are down. Has to fall back, let the rest of his team start to take more of these engagements.
Yeah, the Sheriff doing 55 damage there. It's just a bot. It's 2 body shots and you're done. You're out. And the Sheriff is just so strong for that. And Frank is so pushed up, or sorry, not pushed up. Be Smooth is extremely pushed up. Being near their spawn almost, and now kind of entering towards garage. They just have to take their time there. Nami is gonna catch him right there, right off the bat, and just now Hoosiers is down to 3 players because 2 of their members just decided to go out, and no one was there for the trade.
Opted potentially looking to push in here. He will get caught out by that utility. That turret should see him the moment he peeks out. He probably expects that it's there, so he's not going to go all the way until he absolutely needs to try and break on the site and start applying some pressure. But he's making the call that there's no one on site. He's making the call that there's no one immediately in tree. They're at least pretty far back. They can start to make their way forward. The dark cover comes out to try and cloud this off. Turret's going to get taken out by Druff as they start to make their way in. 12 seconds on the clock. You got the spike down, utility coming out. Druff going to take half his health from those swarm grenades. 6 seconds left. They need to start getting the spike down. They just barely get it, but if he gets interrupted, he's not going to have enough time. He just needs to get it for the money, and SNHU with a flawless round are going to take another one.
Tyzera really stalling things out with the swarm grenades there. He had to plant near Gen there because if he tried to run over towards Dice, he was not able to get it because there's people up in heaven that are just gonna spray him down right away. So those swarm grenades taking a lot of damage with that vulnerability and just making him plant there with such little time. He had to stick it no matter what, and there's no way if he didn't he would get a 4-piece within 3 seconds. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's definitely like it would be crazy if that happened.
Look at this. Look at Indiana forcing up this round. They're buying SMGs here.
Oh, why?
They want to try and contest SNHU. They don't want to let them get that economic lead. If Indiana are able to take this round, then that is a huge upset, but it is a big gamble to work with. It's definitely not the safe play, but they're going for that tempo. They're going to play for pace. Caught out in the middle of that bow has the recon bolt, though. Is going to leave Simba dead, stranded, trying to get help. Opted and Enjoy move in onto the site. He finds a spray. He wasn't even looking at him.
Crazy.
But he takes out Frank right there. Spike going down. 4 still alive for Indiana. 3 for SNHU. They have to try and retake this, but their guns aren't great. Might have some bulldogs. Might have a sheriff. So they need to get in there. Starting to spray through there, but not quite able to hit. Opted just barely tagging him. Nami pushing forward. Just has this sheriff. He's going to get spotted out by that knife. They don't know where he is. They just know he's close. Can't use any of his abilities, though. That recon dart is going to force out a response. They got an idea. Someone's over there. They heard the sheriff. They know the bulldog isn't there. He peeks out. Druff finds the kill. It's a bloodbath back and forth. Hilton and Agron find kills, though. It's a 1 versus 2. And Agron can't pull it out. Druff takes it, and Indiana's gambit has worked as they upset the economy right here, stealing it away from SNHU.
Yeah, both teams kind of, you know, they bought super big there. Both teams were able to get super low, and now opted with taking that win with those Bulldogs is gonna carry that over to the next round here with these Vandals as well. Gonna be on a super strong gun advantage here in SNHU. They're stuck at pistols, right?
Yeah.
They can't do anything about it. We saw the same thing happen on Sunset, I believe, and now they kind of have to work with what they've got, and that's what they have to do here. They can't afford any more losses.
Oh, Simba is holding his ground, takes down Nami. Agron peeks out from the corner though and takes down Enjoy. Just trading it right back and forth. And Indiana have a player at half health, so does SNHU. SNHU have a player almost dead. Health definitely skewed towards Indiana, but not by much, as they just try and get themselves entrenched in mid right here. SNHU have already made a full rotation over to A, perhaps a little bit over eager though. Indiana haven't committed to anything yet.
This could be scary here. The spray that could happen and the paranoia is so big.
That was
so
a crazy
bad.
crossfire from his teammate. Opted pushing in, finds two more. He should have been dead when he got caught that smoke out, but his teammate had his back. They had him covered. Now it's all down to Tyzera with just a classic to work with and not nearly close enough to make it work. Indiana find themselves 7-8, one round away from tying things up. This was a 7-0 game in the first half.
Yeah, what a lead that SNHU had, but I mean, things happen, timeouts happen, and motivations change. Indiana was able to bring it back up, really tightening the scoreboard here, possibly making it a tie, 7-8, and both teams are in I want to say they're in a pretty good spot. We are seeing the operator come out from Nami, and we are seeing the solid Vandal lineup coming out from Indiana again. So both teams are not in a bad spot, but depending on how this round goes, it can be terrible. No ultimates yet, but this one way is also super scary. I mean, they're all five of them are there, and Agron is just possibly peeking into all of them at the same time there, and the knife as well. It's so scary seeing how many legs can pop up from around that smoke.
They're starting to make their way up pretty fast. Indiana breaking in. SNHU have already given up ground. They're just going to try and play for the retake right here. Too much utility to try and contest with. Spike going down. Be Smooth getting this down, getting that whole point. The door's closed. SNHU going to have to try and break back in. Odin catches B Smooth. Someone's going to be able to spray him right back through the floor, take him out. Agron going to catch out Enjoy, going to catch out Simba. Just one left to work with as Druff goes down. It's opted just underneath. He finds Agron, he finds Nami. It's a 1 versus 2 right now. They need to take this as a 2v1, not 1v1s, and they do exactly that, dropping together at the same time. Hilton is able to pick up that kill. SNHU stabilize a little bit, now 9-7.
Yeah, luckily they weren't lined up like before there with the sheriff collateral. They were able to really pick that together and get that kill there. We did see more. We're not gonna not see the Odin from Bronk here.
Yeah,
he's gonna continue.
Course.
He's gonna continue to rock it, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the recon happen at B main and the spray just to commence for at least like 1 or 2 picks. Like I'm just waiting for that round to happen here. But 9-7 right now. SNHU is in the lead of 2 rounds at the moment, and both Omens have ultimates here. They could use it either for rotation or, again, information. Both are good in their own way here, but Nami is going to get up close and personal with that operator, and he's going to get a pick right off the bat.
That's opted down. Player for Indiana. The only 4 remaining. SNHU just holding their ground. Not going to give up too much space. Enjoy will take some, though. They start to break into B site. Tyzera on the run, has to fall back to safer ground, has to wait for his team to show up, but he can't run that far back. It's such a hard site to retreat from. They have to rely on Hilton to back him up from behind. Tyzera going to take down Enjoy. Druff fires right back. It's just Agron left back down here in the back of sight.
Oh, it's scary.
He's
it's scary.
Shoulder to shoulder with Druff right now, and that recon bolt's going to force him to reveal himself, but it doesn't matter. Smooth finds one. Hilton trades it out. SNHU continue to climb up, taking every victory they can get here is extremely hard fought. 10-7 now. They're closing in on the finish line, but they've still got a long way to go.
Yeah, they've got at least 3 more consistent rounds to win here. And right now, I mean, Indiana, they don't have the guns right now. Druff does have a Vandal, but I mean, with Sova, you need that Vandal to kind of get through those paper-thin walls where you need to kind of hit those shots and get that extra power. Actually, I don't believe the Vandal can hit through that, but regardless, the extra power is always nice to have no matter what there. And the Hunter's Fury is something that we could see from Indiana, but the knives are going to come off right off the bat here, flying in, getting it right there, and now is able to push in with confidence. Tyzera, and he's gonna miss all the knives right off the bat.
The right click misses, yeah. And Joy is able to back him up though, takes down Tyzera, and now Indiana are on the site, getting the spike planted off to trying to spray through to where he saw him dash in, but Nami ready for it. Gonna be able to fully paranoid as well. B-Smooth can't see anything, trying to dash into the site, but there's two there waiting for him, and they're able to put him down. They're gonna pick up that operator as well in all likelihood. Yeah, they've got it. Enjoy holding on to that. Like them, give that over to Simba. Indiana now 8-10, clawing their way up.
We saw Enjoy with the operator from on Sunset, I believe here, and right now SNHU is gonna be all on sheriffs right now. They're not gonna have any guns to work with, especially at 8-10 right now.
Yeah.
They have the tiniest bit of wiggle room here. I mean, it's better to be, you know, in a good area with economy than be in a really crappy place with no economy at all. So this save can go either way. Getting these eliminations, these tiny picks, can mean a lot for SNHU.
Hilton backing up, just has to give up that ground the moment he gets contested. Just the nature of playing at that gun disadvantage. Just have to try and play close around these corners. The moment that doesn't become safe anymore, you've got to fall back. You can't give anything up, especially not this late into the game. Enjoy starting to take some space here. This off dangerously close. You don't normally see this on the Killjoy here. Elected to hold on to it. Doesn't have a method of easy retreat, but he doesn't need it. Takes down Frunk. Can't quite hit that follow-up shot. The dark cover is going to let him escape, though. B-Smooth will fall in the crossfire. So will Nami, Tyzera, and Simba finding kills of their own. It's a 3 versus 2. SNHU, 2 players left off site. Have to try and regroup to get back in. They are going to pick up some guns to work with here, so it's not just sheriffs. Indiana 3 strong, but 3 is like the perfect amount of people you need to hold this site.
Yeah, except one of them is with an operator, so it's almost like 4 people. Getting that one tap predictability is going to be a little scary there. And Joy is going to get that right on Agrin there, and Hilton is just going to hold that angle. And Joy could peek it, but he's crouched down just barely under the crosshair, and that one way is just going to...
That was crazy bait right there.
Oh, and the one way as well. It's you're going to see him early on and get him right off the bat. But that, again, like you said, that kill coming off from Hilton was very nice. It was a nice little kill there. But regardless, they were still able to pick up that operator and be able to use it in this round here. Now, SNHU going to be able to buy full and the Odin again. We're not going to stop seeing it. We're going to continue to see it every single time coming from Frank here. And we have a good amount of ultimates as well. Seeing about the same characters having ultimates here, the Lockdown, the Hunter's Fury, and the KO ultimate as well, being able to stop the abilities. And the Hunter's Fury, it's a lot of opportunities here that could happen.
We did see last half though. Both those Sovas popped their Hunter's Fury before the lockdowns came out, because the lockdowns just took forever to come out, because they're not going to pop it while the Hunter's Fury is on the board. So the moment that both those came out, we saw the lockdowns immediately come into play and immediately get huge value. It's really something you got to worry about there. Frank's going to catch some info. I think you only saw B-Smooth.
Yeah, only seeing one there. I believe their Killjoy was hiding in that corner. They're not able to perfectly see that silhouette, but the spike is still going to be in spawn there as they start to push out onto A.
Joy rotating around to pick up the spike, trying to regroup with the team. Going to be a long delay before this spike can end up down. Frank's going to pop that Hunter's Fury, and now you got to worry about the lockdown from Indiana, who might just try and pop to secure the space. But SNHU seem to have a pretty good idea that they don't have the spike. Otherwise, they would have planted. They're looking to cut off the rotation.
Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing where they're going to go. We saw the Killjoy going back and forth between wherever they're going to go. Like Agrin just getting that one tap like nothing happened. And being able to kind of push through this. Oh, this is a bad spot. Nami
spike down
is going to get that right there, unfortunately, for the Killjoy. He had his knives out, and he's going to pick up that operator as well. And now he's just going to switch between weapons. What is this like? It's like gun game and COD all of a sudden. Just being able to get 3 back-to-back kills, and Opted has to run away from this lockdown here. And Nami picking up the 4th kill. It's going to make that Oh, it's going to be the 11th round there on the scoreboard.
Really clean round there from SNHU. Definitely feeling themselves after that. The fact that they were able to get spiked down just completely dismantled that round from Indiana. Just a little bit too hesitant, I think, from the Hoosiers to actually be able to rotate around. So a little unlucky getting caught out there, but SNHU just goes to show playing very proactive and really finding value.
Yeah, I mean, now Nami's going to take a little bit of a different area. Before we saw him kind of being towards A side with the operator. Now he's, or sorry, I believe that was, my apologies. I think that was Enjoy or their Jet when that was on A. But now that he's going to be on B here, he's going to kind of shut down that availability to really push towards it. Luckily for Indiana, they're actually not really going to be rotated around that area. They're going to be more sighted towards A here. Tizera just being on the bottom, though, and they're just going to get things started right off the bat and rush on to site.
That dark cover just locking Indiana down into hell. Getting the spike planted. That recon dart is going to get a ton of info. They're going to start spraying out. Tizera takes down Simba. Spike down already, though. Nami finds a shot, trying to go for a point blank, and he hits it. Just one left from Indiana. Opted finds a double kill, but he can't hold up. Hilton gets that final kill to secure SNHU at 12 points. Match point for Southern New Hampshire.
And Nami locking in there, getting I believe 3 kills as well as the no scope. I mean, this is the closest round right now towards, this is match point, this is game point, and we're going to see a timeout come out.
It's fair. That is the most fair timeout I have ever seen. They have come so far in this game. In the very first half, you weren't here for it. This game started as a 7-0 in SNHU's favor, and then Indiana came back hard. They came back so hard, and they need now to just keep playing the way that they have been. They need to stabilize. They're getting, a little fatigued. It's hard to play at that level for that long,
Definitely.
right?
I mean, you're 3 rounds away right now. It's not impossible.
We're at the end of map 3 too. Like, they've been playing for a while.
Yeah, this is the decider map. It's been 1-1. This is the tiebreaker. So I mean, I'm exhausted from just talking. They're constantly talking, communicating, and playing, moving their mouses and figuring out where each players are. So like you said, getting fatigued in these last 3 rounds here, though, having this timeout can be a little bit of a break, and they have to push as hard as they can right now. Indiana needs to make this a 12-12 if they really want things to work and put things into overtime.
SNHU at match point, they're locked in. They can just ride this here. The only thing Indiana can do is bring it to overtime. SNHU are very, very skewed at this point. Indiana need to win 2 more rounds right here. And then they're really just looking at being in contention for overtime. So it's a long way to go for them. Fortunately, they've got all 5 ultimates up right now. So that's a lot to work with.
But I don't believe their guns are just as strong as SNHU's, however. I think we saw some light buys there and possibly some pistols as well. We can see Simba right now with only a sheriff, but the knives do kind of cover up for that. However, they have to play extremely carefully here, as well as SNHU. It doesn't look like they're peeking any angles that they're not supposed to be. Really taking their time and playing it slow. Simba, as well with the rest of the team, kind of pushing it up towards market. Could be scary for Hilton as they start to make their way over towards B. The flash comes out, and they need to make a move now, because now they're detected by that turret.
Yeah, but they don't know how many people are in there. They just know that someone is.
That's true.
Indiana are pretty content just to sit here and hold this space. They've got a lot of options from here. We'll see what they end up doing as they start to rotate over towards B side.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they are going to go for that pick right there. It looks like he is going to get some information, though, using that Omen ultimate, though. And the ultimate from KO is going to come out and is going to get legged from Nami.
See, but he's so blocked off. They're going to be able to revive him here. He's right back up, but just getting sprayed down. It's 2 kills right there. Opted with a straight shot. Takes down Nami. That's the operator down. Simba wedging himself in here very hard. Frogs able to find Druff. Finds Simba as well. Those knives don't land where they need to. It's just 1 player left. SNHU 13 seconds away from closing this game out, and Agrid finds the winning shot to finish off the night. SNHU 2-1.
man, what a game! The lead that they had in the comeback from Indiana, and then they were able to eventually get it back. It was 2 rounds they won, 2 rounds SNHU won, and it was like back and forth there, and they were able to get the win.
Yeah, that was a crazy performance from SNHU.
Yeah.
They came so close to letting that slip away, but they
Yeah.
were able to stabilize. Indiana were not able to hold on for long enough, and SNHU took that 2-1. It looked bad from
It
the
did.
start. On
It really
Sunset was
Oh.
so skewed towards Indiana.
And then Lotus being that getting super close up
Yeah.
there, but SNHU clutching it out, and then the decider, they were able to get that again, that run up, and then it like was like a halt, and then another run up again. It was this stream was so up and down. It was up and down the entire time.
There's a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
Right? That was a very hard fought victory there from SNHU. So a really, really crazy performance there. Yeah, look at how close these last 2 maps were. The first map was so strong for Indiana, but SNHU just barely able to win that one out. A great performance from them tonight, closing out this set. But overall, great show tonight. Thank you so much to our players for putting on an awesome show. Thank you to Indiana University for showing up, playing their heart out,
Yeah.
giving us such a hard-fought game. Really impressive play from them as a whole. Thank you for coming in and watching and supporting the players. If you want more from us, you can check out our Twitter, twitter.com/SNHU Esports. You'll be able to find everything there about any sort of upcoming streams as well as events. Granite State Grind, our Smash tournament, is this Sunday. Be sure to check that out. We'll be live right here on twitch.tv/SNHU Esports. You'll be able to find pretty much all day coverage of the tournament. So definitely be sure to check that out. If you're not able to make it in person, which is open student or not, you can come in, you can compete, you can watch, you can just sit and play friendlies. It's open. So be sure to check that out. But that's all for us tonight. We'll be back on Sunday with Granite State Grind. Thank you so much for watching.